the experts at Details Plus Collision Center in Indianola. They'll work with their insurance company to get your vehicle repaired quickly and back on the road. Details Plus Collision Center in Indianola.
That'll wrap up the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio Postgame Show. Greater Iowa Credit Union, you deserve greater. I'm going to run through quickly, Rick, our final stats from the girls' game presented by Verduff Agency. 19 points for Jocelyn Terpstra, 7 for Faith Kakmarinsky, 6 for Carly Anderson. I had Emily Knott for 7, Jillian Smith for 7, Bryn Bishop for 7, Zoe Belt for 9, 13 for Kendall McDaniel, 6 rebounds for McDaniel, 7 for Belt. And those are your final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. Let Chad Lance or Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you. The Verduff Agency, providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for 100 years. In closing, is presented by Light and State Bank. Grow strong with us. Pella Christian next in action Monday for girls action. They'll take on Albia. Tyler Crabb will have that call for you on 92.1 KRLS. And I'm back with you tomorrow here, Indianola fans. Indianola Waukee, a doubleheader live on KNIA 3 and on the Indianola Activities YouTube channel. In closing is presented by Light and State Bank. A quick timeout. Rick and I will break down the boys matchup after this on KNIA.
Orthopedics and Sports Medicine gives you access to experienced board-certified surgeons that will work to get you back in the game. They treat patients from across Iowa, including right here in Indianola. If pain is leaving you unable to enjoy your favorite outdoor activities, Capital Orthopedics has an office right down the road inside the Indianola Specialty Clinic. Call today at 515-440-2676 or use the convenient online tool to request an appointment. Don't go another day letting that nagging injury or soreness keep you on the sidelines. Let Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine work on getting you back in the game.
This is Megan at Pingle's Home Store in Pella. We have a variety of products at a variety of prices for a variety of people. Come visit us today and see what we can do for you. Whether it's flooring, a new mattress, or freshening up your room with new furniture and decor. We promise we have the services you need, including our interior designer on staff. Real people, real service, real dependability at Pingle's Home Store. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram or stop in. We're located off the square at 911 Broadway in historic downtown Pella.
You're listening to Indianola versus Pella Christian Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on 94.3 KNIA. Andrew Schneider, Rick Wilson, and our pregame coverage now of the boys. Let's go ahead and take first, though, a very, very quick look. We had a lot of scores to get to in our Forest Septic Environmental Services radio scoreboard. Couple of stunners. Oskaloosa beats Norwalk 52-46. That's a girls' final. Clark upsets Knoxville's girls 71-68 in overtime. Also a final score there as well. And then on top of that, DCG 49, they mirrored our score 49-34 over Pella. And then our score here was 49-34, Indianola beating Pella Christian. That's your Forest Septic Environmental Services radio scoreboard. We're number one in the number two business, serving Central Iowa since 1918. Rick, let's take a look at our keys to the game. First for Indianola, they're undefeated, 10-0, ranked 5th in Class 4A. They have a pesky Eagles team coming in. Our DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game for the home team. How do they stay 11-0?
Well, they stay 11-0 by doing what they're doing. They're staying together. They're playing hard, and of course they're playing without Drew Kingery. We know that. That's it. They've got somebody has always stepped up in the last few ball games. They need that to happen. And Coach said this is team play all the way. You know, you got Dre. I think if he can come out and he can be hot and hit some threes and do that. Casey Glasscock is just playing exceptionally well, and it's amazing how well he plays both offensively and defensively. Brady Blake has had his chances out there. He comes through. He's a great scorer, plays good defense, and of course, in the absence of Drew Kingery, Coach Jeff Ebeling is having Dakota Heimbaugh come in and start, and he's played very well at that point guard spot, and of course Charlie Wilmot inside, just doing a great job. They need to continue to play that, keep that camaraderie going. Yeah, I'll get it out right. And then just keep that up. And a quick start by them, I think, helps them out over Pella Christian, because Pella Christian is one of those teams, in my opinion, if they get a quick start, they're tough. They can play tough defense. So Indianola's got to come out and get that quick start.
If there's one team in the Little Hawkeye Conference that's had Indianola's number, it's Pella Christian.
Yep. They've
split with Indianola each of the past 2 seasons. Your DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game for Indianola. You'll enjoy doing business with DeArmond Ford and DeArmondFord.com. Our Hormel Foods radio keys to the game for Pella Christian. It all starts with Tyson DeVries. 20 points on Tuesday, nearly 20, in fact 21 against Pella. When Tyson DeVries goes, the this Eagles team goes, but I'm also looking for that supporting cast. What can Aiden Stoltz do from beyond the arc, and what can Josiah Voss do in the post against the talented and experienced Charlie Wilmot? My areas and Hormel Foods radio keys to the game for the Eagles. Looking for the key to your new career, visit HormelJobsKnoxville.com. Our colors of the game are presented by DeBlumenhoff Garden Center in Pella. It's Pella Christian in their road maroon jerseys with the white numbers and gold trim. Indianola in their standard home jerseys with the purple numbers and gold trim. It's white and purple for Indianola, maroon and gold for the Eagles of Pella Christian. Your colors of the game presented by DeBlumenhoff, the connoisseur of colors. You'll truly get what you pay for at DeBlumenhoff. You'll get your colors worth. Your game time temperature presented by Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has it even cooler here. 21 degrees in Indianola, 40s and 50s on the way this weekend. While it's only 21 outside, always comfortable inside of Indianola's high school gym. Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has no hidden fees and just one great price on plumbing, heating, and cooling services to keep you comfortable. They're announcing our starting lineups presented by Miniga Pest Control for the Eagles. It's Tyson DeVries, Aiden Stoltz, Dane Giedens, Lincoln Vandermolen, and Josiah Voss. DeVries, Stoltz, Giedings, Vandermolen, and Voss. Your starters for the Eagles presented by Miniga Pest Control. Sean and his team want to kill your bugs.
Call 628-3198. Miniga Pest Control.
For Indianola, presented by Godfather's Pizza Express, it's Dakota Heimbaugh, Braden Dre, Casey Glasscock, Brady Blake, and Charlie Wilmot. Heimbaugh, Dre, Glasscock, Blake, and Wilmot for the Indians. Presented by Godfather's Pizza Express in Indianola, they have the right starting lineup for any situation, offering both takeout and sit-down dining. Come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and get pizza to share with the family at Godfather's Pizza Express. Andrew Schneider, Rick Wilson, inside of our Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. You are listening to Indianola High School basketball, powered by Community First Credit Union on FM 92.1, 94.3 KNIA. Old habits die hard.
Yes,
and
they do.
AM 1320 KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola.
What I like about this partnership, I've done some games with Nathan Sage. I've called him Andrew, and I so don't have to apologize for calling you Andrew. That
Unless you
makes
start
it
the
easy.
Swadner.
Makes it easy for the old sport here.
Yeah, don't say Swadner. As always,
I just stick with
he who shall not be named tonight, but otherwise Andrew works just fine. Andrew Schneider, Rick Wilson. Our opening tip is presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Dutch Mill Supply is your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. This should be a good one. Pella Christian, fresh off a stunner of DCG on the road. Indianola undefeated in the Little Hawkeye Conference. This is how we wrap up our Little Hawkeye Conference season. It's the Eagles and Indians live on 94.3 KNIA. Ball is
coming
in the air, and it's controlled by the Indians and Dakota Heimbaugh. Your opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Here we go, and a whistle, and the shot clock did not start. So we have a McCoy True Value timeout.
I think he's pointing. He says, I hit the button, but we'll see what happens here. Yeah, good call. They got it early.
You can the
ran
best
off
part
about
is
8 seconds.
You can tell. With this one, Rick, you can tell when the clock started, right? So the math on this one should be easier. In case you missed it, presented by Hines Mechanical, Indianola's girls snapped a 4-game losing streak tonight, 49-34 against Pella Christian. Here's Heimbaugh. He'll hand it off to, looks like Overton getting the start tonight. Should have mentioned that. Apologies there.
Check that call. It is
There's
Jackson
no Dre.
Overton. Yep.
I'm not sure what Braden Dre's status is. Is he dressed over there, Rick?
I'm trying to look over there and to see what I can see.
Well, if
there.
he's gone, then it's a really interesting scenario here for the Indians. Brady Blake, we had heard nothing, that would indicate Blake has foul shots coming after the foul by Voss.
And I talked to Coach prior to it. He didn't say anything about it, so I was I'm curious now what's the situation. Hey, here we go.
Do you see him over there, Rick, on the bench?
Yeah.
All right, both are in for Blake. Hate to make you use your eagle eyes up here. 2-0 Indians lead. Here's Tyson DeVries. DeVries is making a case to be the player of the year in the Little Hawkeye Conference. Voss has his shot recycled by Wilmot. Loses the first rebound. He's still in the lane. Gets his own shot put back up. No good. So on the other half of the floor here, Indianola a 2-0 lead, 7:25 remaining. Rick talked about a fast start in our keys to the game. Indians trying to do just that here to Pella Christian. Eagles opened a 25-point lead on DCG at the half just on Tuesday, and that's a Mustangs team that barely lost to this Indianola team. There's a tip pass over. It's Glasscock. Gets it over to Wilmot. Wilmot on the baseline, wraps it around. Trying to beat the shot clock, no good. Offensive rebound, yes.
Yeah, good job.
Wilmot for 2. A 4-0 Eagles lead. Head coach J.D. Bohr in his 3rd season at the helm at Pella Christian is 2-2 against the Indians. And he's been a bit of a giant killer in this Little Hawkeye Conference so far. Here's the aforementioned Tyson DeVries. He is so hard to stop. Easy. He made that 2 look easy off his dribble drive.
He's just a tough player out there. He can do just about everything.
So we knew that Kingery was going to be out tonight for Indianola. Let's see what they do here, minus Dre. And so far, so good. Wilmot for 2. This Eagles defense not able to contain what Indianola is trying to do. A lot of points in the paint here, both coming off the 2 foul shots and then the 2 layups back-to-back. Here's Stoltz. Stoltz dribble drives, left side of the lane, working on his pivot. He'll get it out to Lincoln Vandermolen. Tip and a steal. Up ahead, here is number 10, Overton off the glass and in. A steal and a score for Overton of Indianola. An 8-2 run for the Indians to start. And they're saying, Dre, who, and Kingery, who so far, Rick, it doesn't matter right now. Here's Tyson DeVries. Kicks it out to Vandermolen. Vandermolen trying to answer for 3. It rims in and out, no good. Rebound is out of bounds off of Indianola. We're going to call that steal and score. An early candidate, by the way, for our drive to the basket presented by Z's Eatery and Draft House.
Yeah, it's just a great effort that time by Jackson Overton. That time just tipped out of bounds. That time by Dakota Highbaugh, and Pella Christian will retain possession.
5:43 remaining. Here's Tyson DeVries splitting the gap again. He'll draw more contact and a foul. Tonight's drive to the basket presented by Z's Eatery and Draft House. Stop in and make sure you enjoy some of the best food in Indianola at the best prices. Fill up at Z's before the next big game. 8-2, Indians with a 6-point lead. Tyson DeVries is at the foul line. Tyson is one of the most complete players in the Little Hawkeye Conference. Had a really nice surge as a part of the state qualifying top 4 Eagles basketball team a season ago, and since then has taken off and run with it. 15.7 points per game, 4.7 assists, and a 70% foul shooter. And he makes both.
Yeah, he's definitely that complete basketball player that you want to see. And this young man, we're going to watch him all night and see how Indianola can handle what he does with the basketball. If you can control him, you can control PC here.
Right now, the Indians being unselfish with the ball. It's Blake, top of the circle, Glasscock, dribble drive out to Wilmot. Extra pass, Blake for 3, rims in and out. Good look, but just can't get that one to fall. Voss gets his second rebound, 8-4. Indianola had an 8-2 lead, now trimmed to 4. Here in the early going, it's Tyson DeVries off the screen from Vandermolen out to Lincoln. Lincoln top of the circle, flipped it to Stoltz. Stoltz, one of the better 3-point shooters a season ago in the Little Hawkeye Conference, halfway through the year, matching that mark. It's DeVries off the screen for 3, long, high rebound to Brady Blake. 4:51 remaining in the first, a game reset presented by Champion Seed, and then a reach-in foul called on the Eagles. That is the Aiden Stoltz on the foul. There was a couple of Eagles, Rick, that could have been called on.
Yeah, Bream's checking in and for PC right now. And they put the ball in play. Overton with it on the sideline here.
So Overton is starting for Braden Dre. No word as to where the senior is. But regardless, Rick, so far Indianola's been able to play without him.
And I think maybe, we don't know this for sure, but maybe it's just the matchups that coach has looked at on film. And
well, I would be hard-pressed, only, Rick, you may be right, and that rebound is tipped out of bounds after the shot misses to Pella Christian. I would, maybe agree with you, but Dre is your leading scorer, 13.5. There have to be a compelling reason in my mind, Rick, for him not to play. We don't want to speculate. He's a high school kid.
We're not going to speculate anything.
But it's a big part of the game potential.
Yeah, could be. Could be something. We'll see
you
what
never
happens.
know.
As this game moves on, we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, right now Indianola's been able to weather the storm without him. 4:30 remaining. Jack Fancher recently announcing his commitment to Dordt and a Shrine Bowl participant. Mr. Fancher, a great kicker. Dribble drive and a great step by Tyson DeVries. How do you stop that?
Oh my, yes. It's fun up here watching that.
Well, we hate to burn through our drive to the basket already in the game, but it's hard to beat that one right there. Our drive to the basket presented by Pingle's Home Store as Tyson DeVries has all 6 for the Eagles early. Dribble drive and the extra shot. Layup misses, and the rebound is tipped out of bounds off of Wilmot.
Yeah, last touch there. Now we're going to see Braden Dre come in along with Bennett Brick off the bench.
So he's healthy.
Yeah.
So that we'll never know what we don't need to know. He's playing tonight. That's
just
the
could
key.
Be the coach felt through in their practices.
And Brick is into.
This could be the way to do this. So we'll see if this works out as it scores Indianola 8 and the Eagles have 6.
Our drive to the basket presented by Pingle's Home Store. Drive on over to Pingle's Home Store in the northwest corner of the square in Pella. Find out how you can find a variety of furniture, flooring, and more. Here's Stoltz. Stoltz has it right wing. Inside. And that's Breams off the bench. He gets his own rebound. And the shot counts, and he's fouled. Isaiah Breams, the offensive rebound, put back, and an and one chance, and the Eagles could take the lead.
Well, and I think the foul probably on who just came in. That was Bennett Brick getting his second team foul. 2 team fouls for each right now.
So
and
Dre is on the floor with Brick.
Breams in there, 54% free throw shooter on the season.
Breams has been a part of a great tradition, Pella Christian, and it makes sense as to why they've had such a great varsity run right over the year. State every other year since 1990. They've been one of the best JV and freshman programs in the Little Hawkeye Conference, despite being one of the smaller schools. And Breams was a part of a really good unit a year ago with a lot of guys, Rick, who have seen a lot of playing time for Coach Bohr. So it's now 9-8 Eagles. The Eagles have pulled down from an 8-0 deficit and have answered with a 9-0 run of their own. Shot misses here for Indianola. Rebound controlled by Fancher. So the Eagles on a little bit of a stretch here. They are a tough team to count out in any scenario. They've got offensive weapons all over the floor when they're on. They just stunned DCG on the road Tuesday, as we mentioned a couple of times in our broadcast. Dribble drive. DeVries a little too strong on the shot. Brick gets the rebound. Indians pushing. Here's Heimbaugh. Heimbaugh inside the three-point line. Dribbles, shuffles with his right hand, kicks it out to Glasscock. Glasscock lets it fly. Yes, Casey Glasscock knocks it down, and the Indians back on top, breaking a 9-0 Eagles run.
They're playing a man-to-man. They're passing that out there, and finally they got that outside shot there, 3 by Glasscock to give them back the lead.
Fancher in the lane. Great touch for 2. A left-hand scoop shot for Fancher. We're all knotted up 11-all.
I thought for a minute that might pop itself right back up, but we're tied at 11.
3 ties or lead changes so far in the game. Brick left wide open for 3. Just too strong on the shot. And a rebound. Fight for the rebound. Controlled here by Pella Christian eventually by number 15, Aiden Stoltz. He went out of bounds, came back in, established himself after it was tipped around, and it's PC basketball. Here's Stoltz, right side of the lane, shooting through the defense for 2. And the Eagles are just going right at the Indians here.
And they're making their shots. They're really doing it. They came from behind there. They were down. Now they lead by 2, 13-11.
Coach Bohr, if you watch him on the sideline, Rick, it's like he's the 6th defender out there the way he stands. A reach-in on Isaiah Breams, trying to cut off Heimbaugh before he could get to the rim. So this is the team's 3rd here, 2 for Indianola. Champion seed game reset. Pella Christian 13, Indianola 11. We've had 4 ties or lead changes in the early going in a game, Rick, on paper that promised to be a good one. It's been a good one so far.
Yeah, and we've got Brady Blake taking a seat on the bench right now with a minute 34 to go here in the first.
Here is Braden Dre. Kick out Heimbaugh 3. No. Shot's not falling here for Indianola. Rebound controlled by Van Arendonk off the bench. It's Caleb Van Arendonk. Spin move in the lane for 2. Off the bench, it's Dane Giedings. 15-11, Eagles' largest lead at 4. Right side, here's Heimbaugh. Out to Dre. Down low, Wilmot. Good pass, but can't finish on the layup again.
Just
Van
a little
Arendonk.
hard off the glass there, and that's just really not really characteristic for Indianola at this point.
3 on the way for Pella Christian, looking for a big backbreaker. Heimbaugh nearly tips the rebound out of bounds, but will collect it just on the baseline. Over the timeline quickly. Here's Dre, kicks it out. Wide open Glasscock, passes up the shot. Instead finds Heimbaugh. Pass is tipped. And then a spin-around jumper for 2 by Wilmot. Didn't matter. There was a lot of Eagles in there, but he got the separation he needed for the bucket. 6 points for Wilmot to lead the way.
Good by Charlie Wilmot to keep that under control and get that basket up and keep them back in this. 15-13, the Eagles have the lead, and they've got the basketball.
And Coach Bohr is trying to say hold for as close to 1 as you can. There's a 5-second shot clock to game clock differential. 20 seconds remaining here in the game. And then DeVries just steps into a 3. It rattles in and out, no good. That one just about went down, Rick. That would have been a big one.
That was shaking and rattling right there, and it just popped right back out. Charlie Wilmot with the rebound. And now Indianola with that final shot here in the first quarter.
Here's Dre. Dre, center of the lane, the runner, too strong. The rebound is controlled by Fancher. He won't get a shot off. A fun first quarter flying by. Pella Christian 15, Indianola 13. I think, Rick, we've got a good one on our hands. Early indications say yes inside our Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth.
There's a huge Friday the 13th one-day sale this Friday at Hy-Vee. You'll find great deals like Choice Reserve New York strip steaks for just $3.99 for an 8-ounce steak and $5.99 for a 12-ounce cut. Half gallons of Hy-Vee milk are just $1.28. Packages of Hy-Vee shredded cheeses are just 4 for $5, limit 4. How about our special recipe brats, just 10 for $10? Find these deals and many more this Friday the 13th sale at Hy-Vee, home of the best beef in America.
You gave your kids a new puppy or kitten for Christmas. Let's make sure we take care of him. This is Dr. Tim Yoder with Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, and we have a new puppy and kitten program that provides the attention they need. It involves physical exams, vaccinations, diets, and most importantly, information for you so that you can provide the best care for your new family member. Schedule your new puppy or kitten visit by calling Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They take care of pets because they love them.
Inside our Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth, we have an Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio update. First quarter scores, Pella 13, DCG 9 after 1. Something's in the water in Oskaloosa. 17-14, Oskaloosa leads Norwalk after a quarter.
Yeah.
Nevada 15, PCM 2, and Pleasantville's girls defeat West Central Valley 60-56. And some Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio updates. Pella Christian has the ball in a 2-point lead. Here's Geetings, the runner too strong, and the board controlled by Charlie Wilmot. 6 points, 3 rebounds early for Indianola. And then Overton will travel on the other side. First turnover. Rick, that's the first turnover for either team.
Yep, that's first turnover. And that was beautiful play down the middle, but you got to put, if you're going to do that, you can't take that step in and just, that's the way it was. Turnover, and it gives it back. 15-13 is our score. The Eagles have the lead.
Tyson DeVries is getting a rest here for Pella Christian.
Stay on the bench, my man. No, I mean,
I know you're saying.
I know, yeah.
Josiah Voss. A lot of teams wish he'd stay on the bench permanently. Here's a dribble drive. Doesn't go for Schurz, and a foul is called.
I think it's going to be on Wilmot, if I'm not right. Yeah, he was down there.
So Benny Schurz, you may remember a year ago, Rick, Nico Schurz was 6'9", a part of a double trouble in the post with Eric Mulder, who went on to go play Division I ball. Benny Schurz was quite the running back, had close to 20 rushing touchdowns this season for the Eagles in his junior campaign. Benny misses the first free throw, but quite the athlete, and that's where Coach Bohr, again, doesn't have the Eric Mulder spectacular player and Levi Skelhaus even, but boy, oh boy, he's just really solid 1 through 8 in his rotation.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. I mean, you've got a great rotation out there, some great athletes, and they're playing very skillfully.
Pella Christian has not been in the rankings in Class 2A yet. I'm thinking that's about to change.
I would think it would be after, So
beating DCG, beating Pella, and right now leading Indianola by 3. Still a lot of game here left to go. Dre dribbles, has it knocked out by Schurz. Recovering his Heimball. Dre, fadeaway 3, can't get it to fall. And the board is cleared by Josiah Voss of Pella Christian. 16-13 Eagles. Again, without DeVries on the floor right now. He'll check in next stoppage. Here's Geetings out to Lincoln Vandermolen. Vandermolen finding Aiden Stoltz. Stoltz lost the dribble, nearly traveled. That's what the Indian fans wanted. They're not going to get the call. Here's Geetings, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Contested shot, nearly goes, but can't get it to go. Dre clears the rebound for Indianola. 16-13, second quarter, 6:34 to play here in the second. A champion seat game reset. 1 turnover between the two teams so far. Here's Overton, down low and coming open was Wilmot. That's been there all night. And right now, 8 points for Wilmot, more than half of Indianola's scoring.
Yeah, he's keeping them into it, and that great passing in that
Step
middle.
back 3 on the other side, though, for Josiah Voss. And the Eagles back up to 4, their largest lead.
Tell you what, they're on fire. They're hardly missing anything right now, and the Indians are having trouble.
And now the Eagles, by the way, have switched to a 2-3 zone, trying to stop Wilmot. He's been hard to stop, and he's fouled. Wilmot will have foul shots coming.
I think that's on Voss, I believe.
Well, and here's the old school thing, Rick. I don't know if you noticed, the Eagles, they put their hands up for the foul. You'll know who it's on.
At that, you don't see a lot of that, but that's
Well,
and then help off the floor by Voss too. So.
And here's the other thing, Rick. Then when you're in the fourth quarter and you have a player in foul trouble, make sure you're the other guy. You put your hand up quickly.
That's
little strategy at the end of games.
I see that. Yeah, I know what you're saying there.
First miss, by the way. That's 2 fouls on Voss.
And Wilmot misses the first of 2 there. Yep.
Second misses. Rebound cleared by Benny Schurz. Tyson DeVries back on the floor for Pella Christian with a 4-point lead, 19-15. Right side, here's Aiden Stoltz. Stoltz can shoot it from 3 when he wants. Instead, he'll dribble, drive, switched hands on the layup, and then a foul called underneath again. Had a couple late whistles. That one's on Braden Dre. By the way, I do want to tell you that our game tonight is presented by BSN Sports. They're the official provider of KNIA Careless Staff Apparel and a locally owned decorated apparel company in the Tulip City. They're a proud partner of BSN Sports. If you need apparel for your team or business, call Phil at 620-8337 or stop into the BSN Windmill Print and Stitch office on Southeast 14th Street. First is in for Aiden Stoltz at the free throw line after Dre tasked with the foul, each team with 4 in the half so far.
Both these teams got great shooting players on them. Pella Christian shooting over 70%, and so is Indianola at 75, and Stoltz makes both of them.
Fancher back in for Benny Schurz. Pella Christian, their largest lead now, 21-15. We've had 5 ties or lead changes in the game so far, but the Eagles have led now for a good portion of this game. Indianola opened with a 9-0 lead, in case you missed it, presented by Hines Mechanical. But since then, it's been all PC. And then Overton nearly got the armbar called on him, but they're going to call it on Pella Christian's Stoltz. Second on Aiden. 21-15, 5:26 remaining here until the half. Inside our Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. Overton shovels it. It's ahead to Fancher. Fancher got the steal for a second. Tip to DeVries. DeVries, dribble drive, found his opening for 2. A steal and score. And our Randall Roofing raise the roof moment of the game for Pella Christian will force an Indians McCoy True Value timeout. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. The Eagles with a steal and score just the second turnover and their largest lead at 8, Rick.
Yeah, right there. That's DeVries once again. I tell you, he's got it. He goes to that ball. It's like the ball's got a magnet to the bottom of the net there. It just goes up there, rattles around, and drops through. Very nice touch. He's got a good roll off his fingertips. He's just the player that you want to. If you're Pella Christian, and you've said this, you want to see him handling the basketball, and that's why right there.
For branding, print, web, or video interactive, call Brand Appeal. Our creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. This Eagles defense has really tightened the grips on. Again, it was a 9-0 lead for Indianola early in this game, but it's been all Pella Christian since then, and it's been a lot of that, Rick. Defense off of offense, just 2 turnovers, but Pella Christian's been maximizing their possessions.
Yeah, and then defensive rebounds, they're just getting one shot. Indianola's just getting one shot. They're not getting those offensive rebounds, and they need to really pick that up a little bit. If they're taking those shots, they really need to get those offensive rebounds and help with those putbacks.
And again, this Pella Christian team preseason did not have any expectations from the state about what they could accomplish in 2A, right? You lose a Division I post, an all-state track kid, all the above off your team. But this Pella Christian team is not only going to be dangerous in 2A, they're right now on track to be one of the best in the Little Hawkeye Conference. A shot that misses, Aiden Stoltz the rebound, knocking off Pella and DCG back-to-back. And right now an 8-point lead over Indianola. And Rick, the Indians... There's yet a lot for them to be said. Oh, boy, that would have been a huge shot. Voss off the bench, gets the offensive rebound, putback doesn't go, and then cleared. That shot nearly went in, Rick, from the 3 again from Stoltz, or from DeVries, excuse me. And that really would have caused some issues for Indianola, but still, just an 8-point game, 4:21, a lot of time. We're not trying to bully the chances here on Indianola, just Pella Christian's playing really good basketball right now. Here's Wilmot, and he's playing good basketball. He's got 10 points already.
Wow, Charlie just doing a nice job. He's getting the ball inside. He's making some good, strong moves. They're going up. And like I said, he's got 10 right now, and that's why they're in this. He's got 10 of their 17 points.
Here's Fancher. Skip pass to Voss. Josiah Voss gets it over to Lincoln Vandermolen. Vandermolen backing in. Out to Fancher. And here's Tyson DeVries. DeVries, his opening, finding Voss. Voss kicks it out. Fancher to Stoltz. Stoltz, dribble drive, looking for the extra pass. First Eagles turnover of the game. It's Braden Dre in transition, passing it up for Blake. Counted and one. And a big answer for Indianola, Brady Blake.
That's just a huge steal turnover down here. They get it down. Great moving the ball down. Blake goes up, left hand gets it up, draws a foul, and that puts them, it could get them with the free throw, get them within 3 now.
And I think Pella Christian, Rick, got a little cute there, right? They tried a few extra passes in the lane. Indianola did a nice job of surrounding them and kind of collapsing that pocket. And instead of going for the shot, which PC, even if they missed, could have done, it gave them the free bucket in transition.
And it stops the clock with 3:30 to go here in this second period.
And get back within one possession in a blink.
Here we go. Blake with opportunity.
And he'll knock it in. Brady Blake had a great game against Pella, 18 points on Tuesday. 23-20. Here's Stoltz out to DeVries. DeVries is off the screen. Tyson tried the extra pass there to Breams, and Breams, it's a held ball on the block shot.
And with that arrow was pointing towards Indianola, so they will get it, yes.
Good job by Charlie Wilmot.
Charlie's been very impressive here in this first half. He's the one that's done a lot of great things, got a couple extra rebounds, and of course he's got 10 points.
Well, in Indianola, the seesaw continuing in this game. Pella Christian just a moment ago led by 8. In case you missed it, presented by Heinz Mechanical. And now Indianola. Shovel pass for Wilmot. What a spin move and a finish, and the Indians can tie it. Charlie Wilmot with 12 points and a beautiful dime from Braden Dre.
Oh, you talk about DeVries. How about this side of the ball with Indianola with the passing, especially from Dre inside there. That would just, that's knowing where your guy is going to be, and the foul, and it's going to be a free throw.
And they had one chance to tie it up. Oh, it doesn't go. That has been an issue. Van Arendonk gets the rebound. Out to Aiden Stoltz. Open 3 on the way, no good. Rebound controlled by Blake. Indians trying to push the pace here on Pella Christian. Out to Dre. Dre crossing over on Van Arendonk. Slips through. And an offensive foul off the ball. Second foul on Dre.
Yeah, Dre's going to pick this one up. That was down underneath.
Third Indians turnover.
Actually, I thought Dakota Hembaugh, the way he was looking in the whistle, he thought he was going to draw the foul. He got smacked around, but it goes against Dre, and that's going to be his second, Andrew.
Yeah, and another turnover, Indianola.
5 team fouls for Indianola, 7 team fouls for the Eagles. 2:30 to go here in the first half.
Here's Breams. Breams kicks it out to DeVries. He barely keeps it in possession there, does Tyson DeVries. Out to Giedings. Giedings open 3. Oh. Yes, Dane Giedings with a big answer. 26-22 PC. 2:17 left in the second quarter. Back and forth we go between these two excellent basketball teams. Top of the key, here's Wilmot. Hands it off to Blake. Blake shovels it out. Dre left wide open for 3, and he rattles it in. Dre on the board for the first time. And we saw that against Pella, where he was quiet in that first quarter. It took him late in the second quarter to get going, and that's when Indianola took the lead.
Blake was looking for Charlie Wilmot.
Here's Giedings on the other side. Count it, and 1. Giedings has 7 points, just behind DeVries for the team lead. A lot of good plays being made here. First on Brady Blake, Rick. When am I going to get to catch my breath here?
Well, I was going to say, down there on the other end, he was looking for Wilmot underneath, and he just backed off enough to cover it, and then they kicked it out to Dre, and Dre nailed the 3. And the free throw's good.
We'll take a look, by the way, at our Environmental Services radio broadcast scoreboard presented by Forest Septic. Environmental Services.
25-29, minute 46 to go here. Eagles have that lead.
8 points for Giedings, tying DeVries for the team lead. Giedings was featured on our radio sports page. Find the interview at KNIA-KRLS.com. 2-3 zone. Dre trying to shoot around it. No good. Board is controlled by Caleb Van Arendonk. And here come the Eagles. Popping up a 3! Yes, Aiden Stoltz buries it. 32-25 PC. Still time for the Indians to answer with 1:15 remaining here in the second. Right side, here's Glasscock. Top of the circle to Bennett Brick. Out to Braden Dre. Here's Heimball. All these passes on the perimeter. Eagles are daring the Indians to shoot some threes here. Dribble drive, Heimball in traffic, and it was a tie-up for a second. Wilmot, though, powers it through. Wilmot trying to single-handedly keep these Eagles in the game, And here's a foul on Bennett Brick.
Yeah, down there in that last play, it went through Brick, and then it went through a couple of Eagles players, and Wilmot ended up coming up with it, and we've got a foul here. I believe it is on Brick, right?
Yeah,
yes,
he knocked down Tyson DeVries, who's at the line for a 1-and-1.
That'll be his second.
So a little bit of foul trouble here. For Septic Environmental Services radio scoreboard, at the half, Norwalk surging. It was 17-14 Oskaloosa. It's Norwalk 33, Oskaloosa 24. Pella 30, DCG 28. We got a good one over on 92.1 KRLS. Nevada 15, PCM 2. Clark Girls defeated Knoxville in overtime 71-68. First is in for Tyson DeVries.
I've got 8 fouls on Pella Christian, but that doesn't mean I didn't get one wrong here, but they show 7 on the scoreboard.
7
either
for
way,
each here.
Either way, it is a bonus situation for either team right now with the final 53.9 seconds to go.
33-27, 1 shot clock roughly remaining here in the game. And DeVries, 10 points to lead the way for PC. Eagles have a 34-27 lead over number 5 and 4A Indianola, looking to play spoiler here. Pella Christian had 2 of their 3 losses early in the season, but since then a win at Wilton has changed the complexion of their season in 2A. A loss to Newton since then, but wins over Pella and DCG. They're trying to be the Giant Slayer one more time, first rotation through the conference. Indianola trying to get themselves going. Dre pops it in from short range. That's a big bucket. Pella Christian could finish this quarter with the last shot.
That short pass with Andrew DeWall in the lineup. He put that nice little assist by DeWall to Dre. But the Eagles have an opportunity here for that final shot and final points here in the half.
10 seconds, a 5-point Eagles lead. Coach Bohr not happy. There is no setup of the play for DeVries. 2 seconds. 3 at the buzzer. Rattles in and out. Would have been a huge one for PC. Boy, oh boy, a fun first half. 34-29. Pella Christian leads at the break. We'll have your halftime coverage coming up right after this inside our Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth.
Hormel Foods in Knoxville is hiring. Get paid positions up to $26.05 an hour. All 9 positions will receive a shift differential. Employees will be offered a referral program up to $1,500. Weekly pay up to $1,000 weekly. A free 2-year college education for children of employees. Compressive benefits, medical, dental, and prescription coverage, paid vacation and holidays, and 401k match, pension, and profit sharing. Apply today here at HormelJobsKnoxville.com.
Look, I'm not the kind of person that needs a trophy every time I do a good deed, but I like rewards as much as the next guy. That's why I got a sensible checking account at Bank Iowa. I can earn 10 cents cash back on purchases made with my debit card monthly with no limits on the amount I earn back. Plus, I get free online banking and identity theft protection. All I have to do is keep $100 in the account and receive e-statements. Basically, I'm getting rewarded by Bank Iowa for saving trees and buying stuff. Visit your local Bank Iowa location to learn about our sensible checking account option or read more online at bankiowa.bank, member FDIC.
Authorization, enrollment, and activation activities are required. Receive all services. Contact institution for details. That's the sound of getting big interest on your Kasasa checking balance.
Yes!
ATM withdrawal fees, refunded nationwide, and it's easy to earn rewards.
So easy!
No monthly maintenance fee. So not only are you earning cash, you're saving on fees the other guys charge.
I've had so much coffee!
Take back banking and get paid to do it with Kasasa Cash.
Kasasa available at People's Bank in Knoxville, Pleasantville, Milo, Lacona, Seymour, Indianola, and Carlisle. Member FDIC.
Vision for Less has delivered free same-day speed for over 30 years because our local lens labs are full of experienced and passionate lab techs, not to mention advanced equipment needed for the job. Simply put, your glasses can be ready the same day at no additional cost to you. On top of that, nobody beats our everyday low prices. Get 2 pairs single vision starting under $40 or 2 pairs of progressive starting under $80. Your time is valuable and quality comes faster than you think when you shop at Vision for Less.
This is the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram radio halftime show. Southtown not only holds the keys to your next vehicle, they want to be a key part of the Indianola community. They do that by giving back to local charities and working with local businesses. Southtown of Indianola working with you and for you. Halftime score, Indianola trailing Pella Christian 34-29. Rick, inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber.
Yeah, well, let's look here at Pella Christian. They had 34 points in the first half. Tyson DeVries with 10 is what I have. Stoltz with 7-8 for Geetings. And Voss with 3. Fancher with 2. Shears with 1. And Breams with 3. Pella Christian was 9 out of 10 from the free throw line, and they connected. They had total rebounds, about 14 total rebounds in the first half. I know I missed a couple of them in there because I was watching the up and down play. And it really, no one in foul trouble, really. I think Stoltz has 2, and I think that's
Voss,
it for them. And Voss with 2 also. Yeah, correct call there. Indianola, 29 points. It's Charlie Wilmot leading the way with 14 for them. And 5 for Braden Dre. Blake with 5. Glasscock I have a 3 and 2 for Overton. And Indianola was 3 out of 6 from the charity stripe in that first half. And a couple, we got Bennett Brick off the bench with 2. And Dre off the bench. He has 2 fouls. No one in real foul trouble there as we look at that. And we've got the score here at half. Pella Christian leading 34-29. Over Indianola at the half.
Inside the Numbers is delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets a gig. Join the movement today at PellaFiber.com. We'll have more of our halftime coverage presented by Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram after this on 94.3 KNIA. Eagles 34, Indians 29.
At Lely, we continue to provide the latest innovations for the dairy industry. Our robotic milking systems put more milk in the tank with less effort. Our robotic feeding systems provide optimal feed efficiency for a healthy and productive herd. And we have a line of innovative barn products that create an animal-friendly environment focused on the cow's well-being and comfort. Lely, a worldwide pioneer in dairy farm automation, with our North American headquarters right here in Pella, is proud to be a part of the community.
Winter's coming, and with it comes heavy snow, ice, and bad roads. Upgrade your winter driving experience with a new set of Firestone Weather Grip tires and step up your savings before winter hits with a trip to Raceway Tire and Exhaust. From Firestone Weather Grip tires to brakes, AC, wiper blades, and more. Take on any forecast this winter with new Firestone Weather Grip tires. Stop into Raceway Tire and Exhaust today.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust.
We got what you need
to get you on the go.
We all know living in Iowa, the winter weather is never consistent. 1 minute warm, the next cold. Are you prepared for the ups and downs this winter? If not, you better take your vehicle to Keller's. Keller's Garage in Indianola can make sure your vehicle is ready for any chaos winter might bring by making sure it's performing at its best. And don't forget about your tires. Keller's Garage can make sure you have the proper tread on your tires to make sure you're not left slipping and sliding when Mother Nature shows up. Make sure you're ready for Iowa winter by simply taking it to Keller's Garage in Indianola.
Houston's on Main and Milo is home to Milo's best wood oven pizza. But it's not just pizza. From Spaghetti Mondays, Taco Tuesdays, to Ribs on Fridays, as well as a full kids menu, adult beverages of every kind, Houston's on Main is the place to eat for everyone. Stop in and enjoy live music or have some fun with karaoke. There's something for everyone at Houston's on Main in Milo.
Thank you again for keeping us strong and growing. From our family here at Houston's, the home of Milo's best wood oven pizza.
That was delicious. I had about 10 egg rolls, I think.
Thanks for cooking tonight, honey.
And now how to figure out how we're going to pull off our new video campaign for rollout in Q4.
What does it say?
Fortune favors the brand.
Now if only you knew a place that could help you tell your brand's story.
Well, what does your fortune say?
Don't look for your brand answers inside of a cookie. Call Brand Appeal for all your branding, print, web, interactive, and video needs.
Brand Appeal. Jump on the brand wagon.
The new year often brings colder temperatures to Iowa, which means snow and ice. Even though we work hard to keep the lights on, sometimes Mother Nature has a different plan in store. If your power goes out, give us a call to let us know, and then hang tight while we fix power lines. If there is a large storm, follow us on Facebook for power restoration updates. And remember to stay away from any downed power lines outside. Assume it's live and not safe. Looking out for you, we're Pella Cooperative Electric.
This is the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Radio Halftime Show. Rick, Indianola's second half adjustments presented by Details Plus Collision Center. They got some work to do here. Charlie Wilmot's got 14 points, nearly half of their production, but they've got to get someone else going. If not, the Eagles are happy to trade 3s for 2s at this point.
And Pella Christian is playing that 2-3 zone. They're playing it very well, and Indianola's only getting one shot at the basket from those outside shooting. They're not shooting very well from the outside. They've got to be able to turn that around, and they are that type of team. They can do that second half if they can make that adjustment. Pella Christian is just doing a great, for me, they're just doing a great job. Just keep what they're doing, and they're playing superbly well. You've Tyson DeVries with 10. He leads the way. not bad for him. But they've got Schultz with 7, and Giddings with 8. So they're involving a lot of players in scoring. So Indianola's got to be able to shoot that ball a little bit better from the outside. And I'm talking about, doesn't have to be a 3, but deep 2s or whatever. They've got to be able to put that in.
Your second half adjustments presented by Details Plus Collision Center. Details Plus Collision Center. Remembering you need auto body repair. The difference between one shop and the next are little details. Details Plus Collision Center in Indianola. For Pella Christian, it's got to maybe find a way to contain Wilmot a little bit more than they have. I think for Pella Christian, they've done a lot of things well so far. Offensively, at the end, they had a couple of turnovers that, again, it happens in the game of basketball, but they lost a little bit of that momentum. I think this game very well could be, Rick, 40-25 Pella Christian the way it was played, but there was a couple possessions there, and credit Indianola, they were able to take advantage. This game's still very much a game. Pella Christian could have had a chance to run away with it there in the second. They didn't. My second half adjustments presented by the Gurus of Garage Doors at DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
We're the Gurus of Garage Doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
And this is our Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Radio halftime show. Southtown not only holds the keys to your next vehicle, they want to be the key part of the Indianola community. They do that by giving back to local charities and working with many local businesses. Southtown of Indianola, working with you and for you. Let's go ahead and talk about our fan of the game presented by Cabin Coffee Company. Sheila Cano has won $25 to Cabin Coffee Company. If you'd like to be our fan of the game, stop by Cabin Coffee Company to register and then listen to our next Indianola broadcast to see if you're our fan of the game. Also want to tell you about our fan of the game. Might as well, Rick, presented by Delivery.com in Pella. They're the restaurant delivery service in the Tulip City with George's, Canaritos, Yamoto, Liberty Street Kitchen, Dutch Fix, and more. And you can have fresh food delivered right to your home or business, just like Emma Witzenberg, former Eagles basketball player, recently did. Emma is our fan of the game, presented by Delivery.com, and has won $10 toward her next order. Try Delivery.com this weekend. It's Super Wild Card weekend, Simpson game, Indianola game, wherever you are. Make sure you try Delivery.com and be our next fan of the game. We're inside our Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast with Andrew Schneider and Rick Wilson. You're listening to Eagles basketball powered by Bank Iowa on FM 94.3 KNIA. Pella Christian a 5-point lead. Rick, a lot of game to go here still.
A lot of game to go, and I'll tell you what, this game right now, the way it is setting, Pella Christian does have that control. They've got that momentum, and I'm not going to speculate. I am going to speculate, I guess. If this can get into the 60s or 65 and higher, I think it's an Indianola got that great opportunity, but that's got to be a lot of good shooting from them. And like I said, that outside shooting's got to pick that up, and they've got to be able to stop Pella Christian and hit those shots. As a matter of fact, I mean that seems like a sensible thing to do. But
here's the key difference though between Tuesday and Friday. Pella Christian's got some offensive consistency, right?
Yep.
Pella lost that offense in that third quarter. This is the key moment, right? Indianola went on an 11-0 run Tuesday. They've got to do something similar. If not, I don't think they sustain this too long if Pella Christian's still playing from ahead too long, right? I think Indianola needs a lead sometime early in this third quarter.
They've got to be able to do that. I totally agree with you, but Pella Christian's got the ball. We put it in play. Start third quarter action right now.
And here's Tyson DeVries. DeVries knows how to drive and just threw his ball in the air. It was knocked out by Heimbaugh, it looked like. We'll call that a block shot and a team offensive rebound because I think he was going for the shot, and Heimbaugh knocked it out of bounds. Aiden Stoltz to trigger it in. Stoltz, one of the better free throw shooters in the conference. Lincoln Vandermolen gets it. Tyson DeVries had to pick up his dribble. Here's Aiden Stoltz. See what the Indianola defensive adjustments from Coach Ebling are here.
Still got that man-to-man going out there.
Handoff goes to DeVries. Heimball right in his grill. DeVries finds some separation out to Giddings. Giddings dribbles into a double team. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Catch and shoot three for DeVries. It goes in and out, no good. Eagles had a couple of those, Rick, in that second quarter that just missed. And now here's Indianola. Indianola kicking it out. Top of the key. Dre from NBA range, yes. That'll be some outside shooting for you there, Mr. Rick Wilson.
Yeah, that's a good start right there. That's what you want to see from Indianola, and now they need to put that defense to work here as Pella Christian gets it in their offensive court.
Yeah, a lot of work left to do for PC if they're going to play spoiler here tonight. Indianola is still a very formidable foe and would not be wise to be sleeping on what they do. Meanwhile, Giddings has had a busy night, and he's fouled by Casey Glasscock.
I thought it was great defense, but then Casey kept moving with him, and the little body got that. and that's going to be his first foul for him here in this second half.
And the Eagles, as you mentioned, did some work in that first half from the foul line. 9 of 10, in case you missed it, presented by Heinz Mechanical. Heinz Mechanical here on 94.3 KNIA, one of our many great sponsors, keeping me busy here tonight as well. First will miss.
I think a miss by Giddings.
Heinz Mechanical, your home should be comfortable no matter the weather. Yep, a miss on the free throw. Just say, got to shuffle through it. He missed both. And rebound tipped out of bounds off of PC. Stoltz would have been better off maybe not touching that one because I thought it was going to go out of bounds off the Indianola player, but Stoltz reached out, got it smacked out of bounds. So rare empty possession there for PC at the foul line, missing their first 2 of the third quarter. 6:44 remaining. Here's Blake. Dribble, drive. Dre trying to take this game over. Not sure if that was a shot or a pass, but either way, Indianola maintains possession here. It hit off the net.
I think he lost control of it going up off his fingertips, and it happened to get into possession of Indianola as they kept it.
Glasscock steps by the defense. Long 2 is in. We're tied. Indianola still so dangerous without Drew Kingery, which has been a big storyline, obviously, here these last couple weeks and will be into next week. And there's a steal, a rare turnover for Tyson DeVries, and a behind-the-back pass, and a scoop layup behind for Braden Dre. Heimbach to Dre.
Oh, wow, what a play there. Didn't see that coming at all.
And an offensive foul here.
Yeah, and Charlie Wilmot. Wow, what
Voss.
he's done defensively, what he's done offensively, and right there. And he takes the charge. That's going to be on Voss. That's his third, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, and a vision for less timeout here for Coach J.D. Bohr, wanting to get an explanation on that last call. But either way, it was a pretty clear offensive foul. Pella Christian forcing the timeout. And Indianola, we talked about it, an early third quarter lead. And now the game's reset, and the onus is now on PC.
Yeah, and they come out, and what they've done here, and really no baskets and a couple of free throw attempts that did not go for Pella Christian. And this 2 minutes, early 2 minutes here, it's been all Indianola. And it kind of laid that out, 2-minute sections there. We'll see what happens here. We got the timeout called, and Indianola has that 36-34 lead, and timeout, and they're coming back on the floor.
Improving lives by helping people see better. If poor visibility is causing you to miss things, take a timeout. Visit Vision for Less in Pella to get back into the game. 2 Eagles turnovers on back-to-back possessions. Indians now lead, and they have a chance to extend it. They led by as much as 9 in the first quarter. Pella Christians led by as much as 7 in the game. And now it's back to Indianola right now. Here's Blake. Blake into a double team. Whips it out to Heimbach. Here's Dre at the volleyball line. Hit one from there, or in that range, earlier in the quarter. Heimbach trying to do the same. It's well short, but Wilmot, who's been very busy, up to his 5th rebound. And then it is thrown
out
away.
I'm not sure who.
And then the underneath official asked for help.
He did, because I don't think he saw it. He got blocked out, and I believe that's the call. It'll be Pella Christian with
turnover, Indianola, their first of the half, 4th of the game. 5:30 remaining here in the third. Pella Christian trailing by 2 to Indianola. Andrew Schneider, Rick Wilson. You're listening to Indianola versus Pella Christian basketball on the KNIA, KRLS.com stream. We're on 94.3 KNIA. Breams loses it. Just a clean steal for Heimbach.
Yeah, Heimbach coming away with that. He's got his hands all over down there, and he's had a couple of steals the last couple of times down.
Set up that beautiful play. Wilmot has been all the offense from inside. Can't get it to go from outside. A little bit beyond his normal range. Here's Aiden Stoltz up ahead to Lincoln Vandermolen. Pella Christian out to Tyson DeVries. Yet to score here in the quarter. DeVries had 10 in the first half, trying to make it 12. He's short. This Eagles offense that was so good in the first half, Rick, looks ice cold here.
Sputtering just a little right here.
And Blake pours in a 3. It doesn't take long for the paradigm to switch for the undefeated Indianola Indians, and there's a big 3.
Yeah, and we've got 3.5 minutes, and it's been all pretty much Indianola here in this third quarter.
They did the same thing to Pella, Rick. It was an 11-0 run out of the gates there, and then a foul called on DeVries. He'll get 2 foul shots out of it. And right now, Rick, it was, 34-29 at the half? We're at a 10-0 run now.
Yeah, and then we've got that foul on number 5 for Indianola. That's Braden Dre. He picks up his third.
A little bit of trouble there.
Second team foul there. And it'll put Tyson DeVries at the free throw line. And, boy, he was perfect in the first half. And he's staying that way.
That'll end
5 for 5.
That'll end the 10-0 run. Overton in for Dre. Overton got the start tonight.
And maybe that's why. I mean, look, you got 3 now. Overton in there with that start, so a little switch up in the starting lineup for
offensive rebound and more foul shots coming after Isaiah Breams crashes the glass.
Well, we got to be able to get the get that rebound.
Second on Brady Blake. Now Isaiah Breams is at the line. He was 1 for 1 earlier. He had an and 1, and now 2 for 2. Pella Christian trailing now 39-36, a 10-0 run for Indianola here in a champion seed game reset presented by dealer Jay Boat. But the Eagles now answering with 3 points in a row of their own.
Coming right back at it. 4.5 minutes counting to go here in this third quarter.
Coach Branderhorst and Bohr trying to get the defense fired up here. After Indianola's seen a lot more gaps. Great pass to Wilmot.
Oh, my.
What else can you do about it?
Oh, Charlie. What a pass by Glasscock to
16
Wilmot.
points for Charlie Wilmot. Indians back up by 4. Here's Lincoln Vandermolen. Out to Fancher. Jack Fancher finding Stoltz. Online for 3. That rattles in and out. Rick Pella Christian's had 3 or 4 threes go in and out in this game.
Wow, Charlie Wilmot did not get that rebound, but he was instrumental in getting it. And what a play on the other end.
And he spins it in for 2. 18 points for Charlie Wilmot as he's taken over.
He was flat on his back down here on the defensive side of it. Got up and hustled down and got the 2 on the other end. Whoa.
Yeah, Indianola's offense
Playing
a lot
strong.
more locked in here. Top of the key 3. Bricks off the front. Heimbaugh the rebound. No points for Heimbaugh, but he's done other things well. Here's Glasscock. Glasscock on the baseline. Nearly lost it. Blake, corner 3, no. Rebound is controlled by Aiden Stoltz. Indians with a 6-point lead. It's amazing how quickly the game can turn on its head. It's one of the best teams
nice
in
move.
Class 4A, and a great move by Aiden Stoltz for 2. He's got 9 points, 43-39.
Yeah, a little hesitation there. Stop, made the pump fake, and then got it up for the little layup.
Now, Wilmot has been a problem so far, and he'll get tasked with the charge.
I'm not sure. Well, he's got it. He did it. He got the move in there. He was set. He did not move at all, and the defensive guy was set. And pretty much every time that's going to be against your offensive guy right there. And it just fouled. Charlie's going to pick that up, and it's going to be his second.
Yep.
Yeah. I know some of the Indianola fans were kind of disgusted about that, or we were arguing. But, yeah, I think that's a good call. I think that's pretty clear, yeah. You're going to do that.
DeVries over the half-court line. Definitely wasn't a 50-50, let's put it that way. It's Breams on the other side offensively. He'll dribble his way into the post against Wilmot, working hard but misses the shot. Bennett Brick the rebound for Indianola. Pushing the pace is Overton, looking for Wilmot.
Wow,
He's
can
been
they
busy.
find Wilmot?
He's been a magnet for the ball. 20 points for Charlie Wilmot.
And, PC, Pella Christian collapses, and they leave Wilmot just enough that they get the ball inside to him, and he's just picking up those points. It's like, give it to me, boys.
And there's a 3 for
there's a foul.
Yeah, Breams pushing Wilmot from behind. 7 rebounds now for Wilmot.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Charlie just tough as nails in there, not letting anything happen. He's hit the floor a couple times. Yeah, second team
Coach
foul.
Ebling talking to him, trying to keep him going because he's limping down the floor a little bit.
Tough kid. Great played, a tough football player and just good athlete overall. Yeah.
45-39, Indianola trailed by 5 at the beginning of this quarter, but their offense has opened this thing up. Heimbaugh, no. Yes, and a scoop layup for Casey Glasscock.
Heimbaugh up with that. Glasscock comes in up. He can get up high. His leaping ability is unbelievable, and he just gets up above there and taps that back in.
Our Raise the Roof moment of the game presented by the Indianola YMCA. As this is becoming a more frustrating day here for Pella Christian in the third quarter, 47-39. The Indianola YMCA, proud sponsor of our Raise the Roof moment of the game.
Fun.
It's where you can be, belong, and become. Explore their offerings and discover new ways to connect your purpose, potential, and each other at your Indianola YMCA. I'm sorry, what was going on?
I was going to say a couple guys that really deserve a break, and that's Wilmot and Heimbaugh are going to get a chance to sit on the bench. Just take a little break with a minute 42 left here in the third.
And DeVries is going to reset himself as well. 47-39, Indianola. We went from upset alert to right now A little bit of control for the number 5 team in Class 4A. Schurz tried to find some separation, couldn't. Here's Voss. Giddings for 3 at the buzzer, no. For the shot clock, and Glasscock the rebound for Indianola. And they'll throw this one away.
That I think he expected Dre to move down, and he didn't move. And then I think Brick on that side went down in, so there was nobody there. It goes out of bounds, unforced error there, and a turnover by Indianola. 47-39, 1:14 and counting here. That's what we've got left in the third quarter. Indians on top of Pella Christian.
Dribble, drive. Stoltz can't get it to go. The shots at Indianola missing in the first half. Pella Christian's missing here in this quarter.
Great move to the basket by Stoltz, but he just could not get that to go down.
Indianola on their half of the floor. Here's Glasscock out to Brick. 47-39. Champion seed game reset. Indianola trailed by 5 at the half. They lead now by 8. Here's Overton with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Out to Blake. Blake finding Dre. Dre, dribble, drive. Beautiful layup for 2.
I think Dre knew that when he got it where he was going. That little shovel up under there, roll off the fingertips, got it to go down. And 49-30, Indianola leads by 10.
Yeah, DeVries is not on the floor here for Pella Christian. Down by 10. Here's Giddings trying to get himself in the lane. Tied up, stolen away by Glasscock. Turnover PC in transition, and an exclamation point for Braden Dre.
Wow.
14 points, all coming since the second quarter. Giddings on the other side does get one right before. Count it and one, and Giddings slow to get up. And one chance for Pella Christian, so a little bit of life right before the half here for PC.
Yeah, 0.4 of a second. That stops the clock. And a foul, I believe, if we got it underneath.
Third on.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, that was
Blake.
Blake. He picks, 3. And the foul, and the shot was good. If I'm reading that right.
It was,
Yes, it was good.
So Pella Christian will have a chance to add to this lead with no time essentially on the clock here. Giddings was 0 for 2 earlier. He makes this one. And that'll send us to the end of the quarter. Indianola surging. 51-42, a 22-point quarter for the Indianola Indians. Our third quarter concludes. Fourth on the way in our Indianola Hy-Vee broadcast booth.
Check out these deals from the Indianola Hy-Vee. DiGiorno Rising Crust, $6.49. Fresh deals with Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Bacon Wrap Beef Sirloin Filet, 2 for $7. Nabisco Snack Crackers, Toasted Chips or Chips Ahoy, $2.99. And pasta or rice, 4 for $4. Get these and other great deals at the Indianola Hy-Vee.
The wipers in the car go swish, 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 swish. The wipers in the car go swish, swish, swish. That's Central Tire and Auto.
Winter brings slushy, sleety, icy weather that's even more annoying if your wipers can't keep your windshield clean. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the important little things like new wipers, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart and Pella.
Everything Pella Christian did right in the first half, Indianola did in the third quarter. 51-42 Indians.
Outscored them 22-8, Andrew, in that third quarter. Now they've got the basketball starting quarter number 4.
Up by 9. In case you missed it, presented by Heinz Mechanical. Indianola started the game with a 9-0 run. They now have a 9-point lead. With everything that's happened in between, a good ball game so far. Can Pella Christian pull off the comeback? Here is a good start. A turnover, Indianola. Steal will be credited to Isaiah Breams. Up ahead to Lincoln Vandermolen. Vandermolen loses the dribble. Tyson DeVries back on the floor after sitting much of the end of the third quarter. Eagles down by 9. 7:27 remaining here in the fourth quarter. You're listening to Indianola basketball powered by Community First Credit Union on FM 94.3 KNIA. 3 on the way. Yes.
Wow.
Tyson DeVries.
I tell you what, if they keeps this pace, I don't see him setting down fourth quarter at all. They've got to keep him in the ball game. He's that catalyst for PC that they need if they're going to stage this little comeback and
Pella
see
Christian,
what they
by the
can
way,
do
has
here.
switched to a 2-3 zone again. And now
Oh my!
Wilmot hasn't stopped him.
Oh,
22 points for Charlie Wilmot.
Talk about passing this is a clinic right out here. What a pass by Dre in underneath the Charlie Wilmot.
Here's Jack Fancher. Out to Lincoln Vandermolen for three. He can't get it to go, but Fancher will track down the rebound. Pop up for DeVries, no good. Wilmot gets his 8th rebound. 22 points, 8 rebounds for Charlie Wilmot. 53-45, 6.5 to play, fourth quarter. Pella Christian's going to need a few more stops, and much like I said, Indianola needed that early third quarter lead. Rick, Pella Christian needs to get something going soon, or they can see this game whittle away. Blake underneath to Wilmot. Who else?
Wow.
24 points for Charlie Wilmot. The clinic continues.
I was going to say, is this a clinic that we're watching here? And it's just unbelievable how they're getting that in there. And when they drop off, Charlie, and that time he made a nice move. Oh, steal.
Tip and a steal for Dakota Heimball. Through the air, can't get it to go. Dre, the cleanup crew.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, wow.
The Indians' offense has come to life here, and an offensive foul on Breams.
And who's on the other end of it? Charlie Wilmot. Yeah. Wow, that's a couple. That's 2 now.
Turnover Eagles, and Breams had quite the argument there for a second and then stopped himself.
Is that his 3rd? Yes, it will be 3 right there. So, they're leaving it on the floor tonight, I'm telling you.
Here's a key stat, Rick. Only 3 turnovers in the first half for Pella Christian. 6 is what I have for in the second.
Yeah, that's what I've got for them, 6 right now total. So,
and that's been
the just 6 turnovers.
Factor.
I think for me, and hopefully I'm right. 6 turnovers. Each team. It's been a very well played ball game, but right now back and forth, and Indianola has that lead, 57-45.
Well, Indianola's cashed in on almost every one of those possessions, and that's been a huge difference in the half.
They
couple
definitely
in transition. Including Dre's offensive rebound last time. Should be out of bounds off of Indianola.
It's off Indianola. It's going to be. I know they were trying to convince the officials the other way.
That bottom official on the bottom side needed help again, even though it went out of bounds right in front of him. So either way, I think the correct call was made. And here's
you bet.
Pella Christian down by 12. They got a lot of work to do. They're capable, as we saw in the first half, but boy, this Indianola firestorm came at him in a hurry. Here's DeVries forcing a shot. And a quick vision for less timeout by Coach J.D. Bohr. Andrew Schneider, Rick Wilson on 94.3 KNIA. Should get a score update here. Do have some time here to get to some area scores. At the half, Clark 40, Knoxville 32. Pella trailing DCG Mustangs with a similar explosion. Indianola 49-40 over the Dutch in the third quarter. And Pella, Norwalk 61, Oski 28. Oski led that game in the first quarter by 3. Not so much anymore. That is all, of course, on our For Septic Environmental Services radio scoreboard. Proudly serving Central Iowa since 1918. They're number 1 in the number 2 business. 57-47 Eagles with a quick bucket. 5:13 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 3 timeouts left for Coach Bohr, 4 for Coach Ebling.
And it'll be Indianola basketball underneath the Pella Christian basket as they come out of that. Let's see. Really, not a lot of full court pressure by either team tonight. They've been coming, so we'll see. Nothing yet, and we've got, like you said, 5:13 to go and counting here. Dre brings it across the timeline for the Indians.
5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Andrew Schneider, Wick Wilson. Heimball to pour it on. No good, and DeVries has the rebound slip out of his fingers and out of bounds.
Well, he tried to get it out. What a great play that would have been, and then he kind of he lost it. He just wasn't there, and there was nothing he could do. It stays with Indianola. What a great effort, I'm telling you. This young man, I'm really impressed with the way he's playing, and I know you've seen him more than I have.
15 points.
Yeah, we've seen him play
a lot. Not much more. Last year I did, but my first game calling PC was last Friday. We have a McCoy-Trevally officials timeout for a second. Not sure what about. But Pella Christian still trying to figure something out here against Indianola. Glasscock from underneath his own hoop kicks it out to Dre, who wisely, Rick, tries to take some time off the clock here.
Yeah, they're going to pull that out, use that. Clock's going to be their friend right now. They can work that down, get a good shot, and work it down with 4:40 here and counting here in the fourth quarter.
Kind of wear out this zone for PC. 15 seconds still on the shot clock. Indianola can be as patient as they'd like here with a 10-point lead. 57-47. Indianola knows the time on the shot clock. Heimball open at the buzzer. It's a good look. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Dane Geetings. Do have another instant radio update presented by IMU after the shot misses by Geetings. Rebound goes to Dre. And the shot misses. Tip back for Wilmot. A rare miss for him underneath.
Couldn't get that to go down. He was up there with it. Yeah.
Stoltz the rebound for PC. By the way, do have a Strawberry Cellular, or I guess we'll call that instant radio update. Also IMU Fiber. Either way, someone's going to guess their instant radio update. DCG now leading by 13.
Wow.
Good backdoor cut by Tyson DeVries. 17 points for Tyson.
Boy, talk about finding the guy open and down there. Just a little cut to the bucket. Like I said, a little backdoor give and go right there. And DeVries is the recipient on the other end, and he's got 2 more.
This Indianola team, when they're back to 100%, Rick, are just going to be such a tough out, as evidenced by what the team has done without their leader. They've looked pretty good here to come back against Pella Christian, who had a really good first and second quarter against them. Heimball,
wow,
keeps putting up the threes, and I wonder if there might be another look. He's a good player on the other side, and
oh my,
Giddings went down hard on his knee, and he's grabbing. He's had a bad knee injury before.
Yeah. See what they've got here. We've got to be able to. Can he get up? Oh,
And
God,
he's
I
walking.
love
Okay.
that's great. Hobbling a little bit.
But he's on his 2 feet here.
Yeah, he's going to go to the free throw line.
The way he grabbed at that, Rick.
Foul was on Heimbaugh.
His second.
Team 6. Team 3 team fouls for the Eagles right now. We got 3:19
The officials
to go.
are going to
They're going to let him kind of get back into it a little bit here and just kind of, good job by the officials here. Making sure he's okay.
Well, and it's especially scary for a kid who's had that kind of an injury before. He's been in a knee brace before, so you know that it's just going through his mind what could have just about happened there. Instead, he'll have a couple free throws, and he'll make the first.
He's 3 out of 5 right now from that charity stripe.
Now up to 12 points as well. Eagles are still in this game, Rick. They've been able, after a couple of missed three-pointers on the other end, been able to whittle their way back into the game, and it's almost as if Indianola needs to get back to what they did in the third quarter, Rick. They need more to go inside here if they want to pull away in this one.
Got it within 6 here, and there's 3:15 and counting, and that's what's left in the ball game.
A lot of time, especially with that shot clock. There's Wilmot on the inside. Glasscock kicks it out. Here's Dre for 3. Could have been a backbreaker. No, Wilmot double-double now officially is what I have him at. 10 rebounds, 24 points for Charlie Wilmot.
Yeah, that's what I got, and just a great game. And he got that nice rebound, kicks that out. That starts that clock all over again. Shot clock, I should say, is down to 22.
57-51, Indianola, under 3 minutes to play. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Down low, here's Wilmot. And that's nearly stolen away by PC. Ball is loose, and it is a turnover. Here's Lincoln Vandermolen up ahead to Giddings. Giddings spinning around. And a bad pass stolen away on the other side. Wilmot lays it off the glass and in.
Okay, what hasn't Charlie Wilmot done tonight? I'm not sure. Just about everything for Indianola right now. And a timeout
True
call.
Value timeout. Indians will take it with them. 59-51, a huge turnaround of events there for PC. Indianola leads by 8 after this on KNIA.
Ellis of Pella were building a new home, and Mike Blom with Cabinet Design and Wood Harbor Cabinetry made everything a breeze.
It was such an easy process. We had cabinets in the kitchen, 3 bathrooms, a utility room, and we could pick all that out in 1 hour and a half because he had exactly what you needed to make your house look beautiful.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
Hey there. Do you like things that offer lots of value but don't cost anything? So do we. This is why Ulrich Ford Lincoln and Pella now offers a lifetime powertrain warranty, free of charge with the purchase of a new Ford, Lincoln, or pre-owned vehicle, less than 6 model years old, under 100,000 miles. And lifetime means lifetime. As long as you own your vehicle, it's covered. Get more details today at ulrichford.com or stop by to chat with one of our friendly sales consultants. Just one more way. Ulrich Ford Lincoln and Pella is taking care of you.
Inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth, Andrew Schneider, Rick Wilson on 94.3. KNIA, Indianola 59, Eagles 51, 2:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Do have an Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio update. Norwalk 77, Oski 42. Rick, Norwalk trailed in that one by 3 after 1 quarter, but it was all Norwalk.
Yeah, they just came alive. They've got a solid basketball team over there. They really do.
59-51. Here's Giddings. Eagles were on upset alert at the end of the first half. Giddings with a floater. Nice touch for 2. Dane Giddings has 15 points. Eagles back within 2 possessions. And as we've seen, Rick, It's not been perfect here offensively in the half court for Indianola. They haven't scored out of this half court set since early in the quarter.
But that lead, with that lead they had, it's been then they've kept it out there, and they've used the clock.
Yeah.
Too. I think it's one of those things. If Indianola, if it was a little bit closer, they would be attacking a little bit more.
Right.
But they're using the clock to bring that down. They got 9 on the shot clock now.
Here's Dre throwing away. That's what I'm saying, though, Rick.
Yeah,
is that
right
they're giving
there.
the Eagles a lot of extra chances here.
Yes, they are. They're giving them an opportunity to get back into this, and that's just not typical of an Indianola team at this point. So we'll
Tyson
see.
DeVries flashing into the lane for 2. Tyson DeVries makes this a 4-point game with 1:12 remaining in the fourth. The Eagles won't go away, and Indianola has given the Eagles a bunch of free gifts here in the fourth quarter to make this one a ball game.
I think when you and I were talking, it was like 6 turnovers. Right now, they've committed 3 more turnovers, and I believe the Eagles have really made most of that, made hay with that, and they've scored and got points off of those last 3 turnovers.
And they still aren't really in a position, Rick, where they have to foul yet either in terms of defenses. It's just a 2-possession game, and they got timeouts.
You bet they got timeouts. They just team fouls with 3, so they can do some.
Be really aggressive, right? And if you foul, you foul at that point, because you want to get them to the foul line at some point. It's almost like you want to keep giving those to them.
Vandermolen has 3, and I think I've got down here with Breams. He's got 3, but otherwise they got some guys out there that can foul if they need to do that. And of course the Indians, if they foul, the Eagles will be in that bonus situation, and you surely don't want to put them in the free throw line, especially to stop that clock. You want to keep that clock moving.
The road ahead, by the way, presented by PellaMotors.com. Pella Christian gets a bit of a break. They're back in action next Friday. Indianola is in action tomorrow against Waukee. Another big one looming here for Indianola.
59-55. We got 1:12 to go. Indianola with the basketball and a little three-quarter pressure put on by Pella Christian.
Well, they've got to either get steals or a foul here. That was 8 seconds over the timeline. Heimball loses out of bounds nearly. No, it's scooped up by Giedings. Another Indianola turnover. Can Pella Christian cash in? It's Aiden Stoltz. Backdoor cut for Tyson DeVries. Count it, and one.
Wow. Oh, baby.
Whoa, a turn of events here in Indianola. And Pella Christian is a free throw away from making this a 1-point game. A stunned group over here, Rick, and I don't blame them. Indianola's had control of this game, and suddenly these last 4 minutes, 7 turnovers in the half, 4 have come in the last 3 minutes.
It has, and you've got DeVries at the free throw line. The foul was on Dakota Heimball, and he makes the free throw.
It's a 1-point game, 35 seconds on the shot clock. 48 on the game clock. Pella Christian is a stop and score away from stunning number 4 in 4A Indianola. Indianola needs to get themselves collected here, Rick.
Yeah, there's got to be points on this end. They've got to be able to
Wilmot
work this.
not on the floor either here. He's been the go-to guy in this game. And we'll get a timeout from head coach Jeff Ebling. 11 seconds left on the clock. All Pella Christian can hope for now is a missed shot, and they got 15 seconds to win the game.
Yeah, you've got this here. They've got to set something up where they can put points on the board, whether that's a drive to the bucket, work that little give and go. But I think you've got to get Charlie Wilmot back in the ballgame. He's been that factor for them, and the ball will be taken out of bounds right in front of the scorer's table or the Indianola bench on that side. There's 11 on the shot clock.
Yep. By the way, the road ahead presented by Pella Motors. Pella Christian boys are off until they travel to Oskaloosa on Friday, January 20th. Indianola in action tomorrow. The road ahead presented by PellaMotors.com. You'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. And for Indianola, our road ahead presented by Downey Tire Pros. Locally owned, your home for hassle-free service at Indianola, Downey Tire Pros. 27 seconds left, 11 seconds. Indianola, if they can make a 3, could possibly end the game here. Pella Christian with a stop and a score can knock off undefeated Indianola. And a whistle.
I think we've got.
And a foul. Now the shot clock is off.
I got to see.
And there's only 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and that's a bad foul for PC.
Yeah, and I'm not sure who got the foul there.
DeVries.
Oh, check DeVries. That was his second. Wow.
Well, and that's just such a backbreaker.
That right there is, because that 18.5. So
now you have to get
Pella's
3 fouls.
Pella can foul. They got
18 seconds.
Yeah.
But they have to foul because they need the change of possession. And they need to do so. They'd rather have them at the foul line at this point, Rick, because they can still go make a three to tie the game. Now you're playing to get 2 quick fouls. Indianola's trying to play keep away.
Yeah, that's what they'll do here. They've got Charlie, excuse me, Jackson Overson will be taking
Wilmot's
out.
still not in the game.
Yeah, he's not, And you got to give it to the ball handler. That's going to be Dakota Heimbaugh or Dre.
Yeah, Pella Christian
Blake.
needs a turnover in the last 17 seconds here. And they're trying to rush and get Dre, and only less than a second came off the clock. That's on Fancher. Just his second. So now I think Pella Christian's going to definitely try to get a steal, but if they can get the foul, they're happy with a 1-and-1, Rick. And there's Dre.
Yeah, and you got Dre at the free throw line. Good free throw shooter as he gets up, but he has not been there yet tonight. This is his first opportunity at the free throw line. 17 fouls for each. We're in a bonus on both sides of this, and substitutions are being made. Jackson Overton will come out, and they'll put Charlie Wilmot in.
Yeah, he needed to be.
Yeah, you need Charlie in there. Now, the substitutions for Pella Christian, I think I caught one of them. Might have been
30 came out. 31. Voss is in.
And you got
and Vandermolen's also in.
Braden Dre at the free throw line, his first attempts of the night.
First is it.
He gets that one. That makes it 58-60. The Indians with that 2-point lead.
That's a big one. Now, here's the thing.
If he can get this one, the best that they can do is tie it up, and hopefully they don't get the foul, and he got it.
And we'll get a vision for less. No, a McCoy True Value timeout for Coach Ebling. We'll take it with him. 61-58. Pella Christian has 14 seconds to tie this game on KNIA.
If you're selling your home and moving, it's as important as ever to make sure that you are bringing as much equity across into your new home. Hi, this is Brett Staten with Pella Real Estate Services. I recently helped someone sell their home in Ottumwa, Iowa for $191,000. Using our Pres Listing Advantage, they saved $2,730. When it's time to sell your home, call 628-1-BUI and use the Pres Listing Advantage at Pella Real Estate Services.
Inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth, Andrew Schneider, Rick Wilson. This is either going to DeVries or it's going to Giedings with a game on the line here for Pella Christian. They've done a great job, Rick. They were down by as much as 12 here in the second half. Brought it back to within 1. A costly foul by Tyson DeVries. Right there at the end as the shot clock was expiring. You almost rather have Indianola hit the bucket because there was 30 seconds left as opposed to now you're having one possession to tie the game.
Yeah, there's going to be a little pressure put on here. Three-quarter press. They're going to put him up on the ball.
Pella Christian has 2 timeouts left.
The ball's being put in by Pella Christian.
Here's DeVries. DeVries fakes the handoff to Giedings. He shovels it out. Quick 2, doesn't go. And a quick foul by Vandermolen, and they needed to go for the 3, Rick. I don't like that.
I don't understand that at all. It was just that little, about an 8-foot jump shot. Tried to put that in. 6 seconds on the clock.
And sure, you look smarter if you make it, but then you still have to foul and get it down the floor again.
You do, and the shot was there. I'm not saying don't take that shot. You've got to take that shot. But 6 seconds, we've got Brady Blake, who in the first half was 3 for 3. Opportunity here for Brady, and he nails that one.
That probably does it.
That probably, puts the...
That's over.
Yeah,
it's... 62-58. Pella Christian, credit them for the comeback, Rick.
Wow.
But neither team was able to do the little things, exactly how they wanted to in that fourth quarter. Indianola will stay undefeated. Credit the Indians, who have battled without their leader. Pella Christian just one too many mistakes. A layup right at the horn with 0.1 second left. Coach Bohr will take the timeout, but there's nothing Pella Christian can do at this point.
Yeah, they just throw that all the way down the floor and tip that up. There's really not a lot there. So, and it's going to be a definite victory for Indianola, but what a great comeback. What a great effort by this Pella Christian team.
So your final score will be regardless. There's nothing that either team can do with this. They put 0.5 back on, actually, but still not anything either team can do. So Indianola will stay undefeated somehow. Rick, boy, oh boy, Pella Christian gave him quite the charge. Not much else to say on this McCoy or Vision for Less timeout.
And how about Charlie Wilmot tonight? 26 points, 10 rebounds is what I have, and I think he's got a steal. Charlie was just everything out there tonight for Indianola, and he's really what kept him in that first half also, because he had 14 in that first half. Just a great effort tonight by him. And then Dre, they switched. They had Overton starting. Dre comes in off the bench. See. That's 18 points for Dre.
Yeah, he had a nice
tonight.
night.
Yeah, 18. I had to figure that out. It's a little more math, and I had to take my shoes off to do that one.
Andrew Swadner says he is catching the fourth quarter. Said, Rick did amazing. Andrew, you need to leave Indianola.
Oh,
no, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. Close one, and he's hoping for the same tomorrow if Indianola can knock off Waukee. Still a long way to go to that road. A tip ahead to Heimbach.
Yeah, God, we're going to call a foul on that. That could have been, but then we're going to do that. And Indianola escapes with that 63-60 win. Wow.
A final score,
Yep.
Indianola 63, Pella Christian 60. The Eagles gave number 5 and 4A Indianola everything they could handle and then some. But at the end, it's now 11-0 for the Indians.
Yeah.
I was going to get this queued up, Rick, but we don't have time for it. We're going to go ahead and step into our post-game coverage, 63-60 your final score.
The start of the new year is the perfect time to turn a new page on your health. Hi, I'm Dr. Ryan Laughlin, a family medicine physician at Knoxville Hospital and Clinics. If you've been putting off your annual checkups, especially for immunizations, screenings, and chronic disease management, make it your New Year's resolution to wait no longer. As you age, your health needs change, as do your recommended screenings for breast, cervical, colorectal, and lung cancers. Take care of your health today. To schedule your appointment at the Knoxville Hospital and Clinic, call 641-842-7211.
Greater Iowa Credit Union's Greater Checking is a free account that pays you each month for doing the things you normally do anyway, like buying coffee or donuts. Plus, they have digital tools that make it a cinch to check your balance, deposit checks, or pay bills from anywhere. And with an interest rate over 80 times the national average, it really pays to have Greater Checking. Just go easy on the donuts.
Learn more at gicu.org/greaterchecking. Rate comparison in accordance with FDIC National Rates Report.
The Pella community features wonderful Dutch architecture all around town, but there's one place in downtown Pella that takes you right into the heart of Amsterdam. A beautiful brick walk featuring a winding canal, a working drawbridge, and a classic old-world atmosphere. Welcome to the Molengraat, home to Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel. Dining with Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, Beautiful You Salon, Pella Nail Salon, the Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. You can even take in a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck to our local sports teams from the Molengraat in Pella.
Cementech in Indianola is hiring for a variety of job openings. Along with competitive pay, Cementech offers free medical insurance premiums, which means no payroll deductions. They also offer 100% employee-owned annual stock grants to build your retirement nest egg at no cost to you, as well as annual educational scholarships awarded to children of employees. Check out their job openings today at cementech.com/careers and come join the team at Cementech in Indianola.
If you're looking for the best burger around, look no further than Wood Iron Grill. Home of Iowa's Best Burger 2019, Wood Iron Grill serves delectably crafted cuisines and beverages with intentional service. Try their famous Iowa's Best Burger, their mouth-watering tenderloin, a chef's feature, or their unique spin on your comfort food favorites. At the Wood Iron Grill, they are deeply gratified by the opportunity to forge a legacy of inspiration, connection, and acceptance for all who enter. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Wood Iron Grill, making memories one plate at a time.
Survive and advance. We're not quite to tournament time yet, but Indianola's playing like it. 4 wins in a row by less than 8 points, 3 of which came down to one possession. Indianola wins 63-60 over Pella Christian. Andrew Schneider, Rick Wilson, in our Greater Iowa Credit Union radio postgame show. Greater Iowa Credit Union, you deserve greater. And Indianola, without Drew Kingery, has stayed undefeated, showing that they're a pretty good basketball team without him. Pella Christian showing why Class 2A better be awake here, because they gave Indianola everything they could handle here on this floor tonight. And obviously, you know, Indianola feels good. They're the ones who got the win. But boy, oh boy, just a really good back-and-forth seesaw kind of game. Indianola came out of the gates flying. Pella Christian took over before the half. Indianola dominated the third quarter. Pella Christian with a furious rally, down by 12 at one point in that fourth quarter to close it to within 1 with 30 seconds left. But it's Indianola's day today.
Yeah. And they
but boy,
did,
oh boy, it was fun.
And that third quarter, outscoring them at 22-8 is really where it was, and they just held on to win. And I think Pella Christian outscored them 18-12 in that final quarter. But talk about Tyson DeVries. I'm just so impressed with that young man. And then Giddings, what a great job he did.
He has kind of emerged here lately as I hate to say second fiddle, but he's definitely turned himself, Rick, into one of the better players. We're going to call him. Not that Tyson didn't have a great game. I'm going to call Dane Giddings our key player of the game, presented by Hormel Foods. Looking for the key to your new career, visit HormelJobsKnoxville.com. And then our DeArmond Ford Radio key player of the game is going to join us here in just a second.
Guess who?
I can't imagine who. He's 6'4" and had a great game. That's Charlie Wilmot, our DeArmond Ford Radio key player of the game. You'll enjoy doing business with DeArmond Ford and DeArmondFord.com. And Rick, you could just pass the headset on to him. Our player of the game for Indianola, Charlie Wilmot, 26 points, 10 rebounds, and quite a thriller. Charlie, nothing's coming easy lately. A lot of close battles. Your thoughts about how your guys were able to survive there at the end against a pretty good PC team and stay undefeated on the season?
Yeah, without Drew, it's been tough, but we've all had to step up and do more. It was me tonight. It's been Dak a couple times. It's been Braden. It's been Brady. We've all just had to kind of step up and fill in what we lost with Drew. And I think it's getting us ready for the playoffs.
Well, it certainly is, and you were very busy, as we mentioned, 26 points, at least 6 points in all 4 quarters. What were you guys seeing defensively that was communicated to you? Because you were finding a lot of openings underneath the hoop. Some were rebounds, but a lot of them were in the flow of the offense.
Yeah, we anticipated they're going to play a little bit of 2-3 zone against us. And so we kind of changed up our zone offense a little bit and ended up getting me open a lot more.
Well, and you guys are learning a lot about yourselves. You opened out on a 9-0 run, and then all of a sudden, here come the Eagles. They get to a lead as big as 7. What was Pella Christian doing well in that second quarter, and what were you guys failing to do that allowed the Eagles to kind of take control there in that second quarter?
Yeah, we were just being sluggish, I guess, not really playing good enough defense. I don't know. It's kind of been a theme the last couple of games. We haven't been starting fast enough. I think probably in the mornings when we stretch before our games, probably need to do a few more chaturangas with Josh, our trainer. I think that could be helpful. But, I don't know. We just kind of come out sluggish a little bit. We got to kind of fix that for the rest of the season.
Well, the area where it's not been broken, and I've seen now 3 games in a row where your third quarter has been pretty phenomenal. What was the difference in that third quarter stretch? That lead got to 12 points at one point, and it felt like, again, just like it was Tuesday at Pella, there was just a lot of flow on the floor.
Yeah, we came into halftime down 5, and this is just a game we felt like we should win going into it, and we weren't satisfied with being down 5, so we kind of all just knew we had to pick it up, and we just kind of came out with a lot more intensity in that third quarter.
But in the fourth quarter, Pella Christian coming back, and I had you down for 4 turnovers in those last 3 minutes as a team. What are the things that you're hoping to do? Because a similar story happened against Pella and even DCG, where there was a few possessions at the end of the game that got away from you. Still got the win, no doubt. But what are the things you'd like to see improve in that fourth quarter so you can maybe finish these games a little sooner?
I think we kind of started not playing aggressive anymore. We kind of started just trying to hold the ball and use up the shot clock instead of just getting downhill and getting back to what was working.
But, of course, you do get the victory, 11-0, and now halfway through the season, and you've survived quite the test, and you already alluded to it without Drew, and you'll be without him now for quite some time, still at least a week. Your thoughts about how you can turn this tide and keep winning, because you got a big one in less than 24 hours, and how do you keep this momentum going, right? Because you know that once he comes back, how good you guys can be, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big confidence booster every time we win a game, so we just kind of keep that going, keep our confidence up, and just keep playing hard.
And how do you kind of pick up the energy knowing that in less than 24 hours you got quite the team coming to town in Waukee?
We embrace that. We know come March we're going to have to beat some of those teams, so there's a good practice for that. We're all really excited for the challenge.
Charlie Wilmot, our DeArmond Ford Radio key player of the game, 26 points, 10 rebounds, 11-0. Charlie, nice to get to know you here. Andrew Swadner will be back with us next week, and I'll get to see you tomorrow. Best of luck.
Yep, thanks. Good talking to you guys.
We will have Coach Ebling on in just a second inside our post-game coverage on KNIA.
Indianola YMCA. Your Indianola YMCA would like to invite you to stop by your local Y and discover the many benefits of belonging to a nonprofit organization dedicated to building strong kids, strong families, and strong communities. Improve your health and fitness, learn new skills, connect with others. It's all waiting for you here at the Y. They'd love to give you a tour and offer you a free pass so you can try the Y for yourself.
With winter in full swing, now is the perfect time to work on those indoor paint projects before spring has you outdoors, mowing your lawn, and sipping on sweet tea. McCoy True Value in Indianola has what you need to update any room quick and easy with their Easy Care ready-to-use designer-selected colors. A quality paint and primer in one with 3 popular sheens to choose from, and all for just $29.99 per gallon. So stop into McCoy True Value and get those paint projects taken care of before spring with the Easy Care ready-to-use colors. McCoy True Value, service with heart.
Have you checked out the Indianola YMCA? Your Indianola YMCA would like to invite you to stop by your local Y and discover the many benefits of belonging to a nonprofit organization dedicated to building strong kids, strong families, and strong communities. Improve your health and fitness, learn new skills, connect with others. It's all waiting for you here at the Y. They'd love to give you a tour and offer you a free pass so you can try the Y for yourself. Call or stop in today to find out more. Your Indianola YMCA. It's where you belong.
Back inside the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio postgame show. It's our continuing coverage of Indianola basketball. The boys staying alive here tonight, undefeated, 11-0, and undefeated through the first half of the conference season here with head coach Jeff Ebling. And, Coach, I talked to you about it on Tuesday, and here we are. It's almost deja vu on Friday. Another tough test against one of the better teams in Class 2A tonight in Pella Christian. Your thoughts about how your guys were able to battle back again from a deficit at the half, turn things around, have a big third quarter, and hold on at the end?
Well, it was really just at halftime the adjustments of, we're doing good things. I thought we had some really good looks there in the first half that just didn't fall from 3. And, it wasn't necessarily anything offensively, but defensively, we got lost a couple times. DeVries got to the rim a few times there early in the first quarter. And we knew we were going to have to, continue to stay in front of him. I mean, that kid is a quick guard. I thought we did a better job as the game progressed. He got a couple late ones there on a couple back cuts, which were just great plays by him and finishing. But, our guys found a way. We hit enough free throws down the stretch, which was great to see guys step up and knock those in. But I tell you what, I don't like getting used to this, but it feels like every game we played lately has been like this kind of situation. But, that's the resiliency of these guys. We found a way. It wasn't just one person. It was a bunch of guys. Obviously, Charlie had a great game. Tonight, he just finished around the rim consistently, and our guys did a great job of finding him, and he was just a beneficiary of that. So I'm proud of him, and it's never easy to go 11-0 in any season, and we're happy with that, and we know with in less than 24 hours we got a big one again on this floor.
Well, and as you mentioned, you'd rather do it the opposite way. I'm sure you'd rather get a big lead and then get your backups in at the end of the games. And you've had a really tough stretch in terms of the opponents you've been playing. It wasn't like you're going through a bunch of maybe preseason teams or scrimmages. These are obviously really good teams in 3A, 4A, and now 2A in Pella Christian. And you alluded to it. You said the word resiliency. What's that like seeing this from a team again? We don't want to beat the dead horse here, but you're without your team leader in Drew Kingery. These guys are rallying together still on the floor. It's different guys, right? Earlier this week, it was Brady Blake on Tuesday. It's Charlie Wilmot tonight with Braden Dre. They're kind of both facilitating both games, but that's got to be really, heartening, right? You're playing tournament-style basketball, close games here against teams that you might see in the tournament, especially tomorrow with Waukee, and you're coming out on top. I imagine you got to be pretty happy knowing the circumstances of where we're at.
Oh, absolutely. These situations are so beneficial, especially, like you said, in the postseason. You're expecting to play close games, and where you want to get to, come March, I've never really seen a team just go in and blow someone out in the sub-state final. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a back-and-forth game. And, we've been going through that now, and our guys have responded. And it's not like it's always we've been playing well. I mean, there's times where we just haven't played very well. We kind of regrouped, and then we came back out and just played better basketball. And it's great to get that experience for them. I thought, you're talking about Charlie with the points and things like that. Casey Glasscock was rebounding like, no other there for a while. Braden Dre getting the ball where it needs to go, and, he hit a big three. Brady Blake doing, Brady Blake things out there, rebounding and, hitting shots. And, Dakota, I don't know if he even scored tonight, but he was doing a great job on DeVries. And, that was a key part for his role tonight. As long as they can, impact the game, impact, our winning chances, that's the best thing for us. And it, like you said, every given night. I mean, Charlie was tonight. It was Brady Blake, I think, on Tuesday. It was Dakota on last Friday. Yeah. I mean, it was just a bunch of different guys. Braden Dre on Saturday. So, we're a tough team because we have a lot of options, and this is just going to make us stronger when we do get back to full strength. But we're going to enjoy this win tonight. They better be going home and getting their feet up because we know it's going to be a physical battle tomorrow, and we're looking forward to that challenge. And we're going to go in there, prepare, and we'll hopefully get another W tomorrow night.
Well, and you get this game coming up with Waukee, who's obviously one of the better teams. They're also ranked in Class 4A right now. And on top of that, you're at this midpoint of the season, undefeated Little Hawkeye Conference, and then you get a break after. You get all these games kind of bundled up into one. So win or lose, where do you assess where this team is at, knowing that you still have half your season ahead of you? You get a little bit of a quote-unquote break between now and next Friday, and you have an opportunity to maybe reset. How do you feel things are considering all the circumstances that have gotten you to this point? I imagine happy is one word, but there is always improvement to be made between now and February.
Well, yeah. I mean, some of our late game, offense and things like that, with a lead with 2 minutes left, things like that. There's stuff we still need to work on, and we know that. And next week when we have a little bit more time, playing 3 games in a week, you got to be careful, whether how much conditioning you do, how much rest are they getting, things like that. So these past 2 weeks have been a little bit different, coming out of winter break. But next week they'll obviously get a couple days off, and then we'll come back and we'll have a couple days to actually focus on that before we get prepared for that Friday game. But right now our sights are set on we got a great team coming in.
Yep.
I know these guys when they saw it on the schedule, and we know who they have. We know that they're extremely good, and so are we. The rankings have come out and said that. So we're going to come out. We're going to compete hard, and that's just how we are going to do things in this program. I mean, tonight, we got guys getting on the floor, trying to take charges, rebounding, boxing out, fighting. Charlie Wilmot took 2 charges there early tonight. So we're doing the little things that we have to do to win, and we'll get through tomorrow, hopefully with a W. And then, we'll get some rest, and we'll see what we need to work on, and then approach that second half of the season and get ready to go.
Big doubleheader coming up when this re-airs on our Coach's Corner later today. KNIA 3. Find all the details at KNIAKRLS.com. That's Jeff Ebling, head coach of the Indianola Indians, 11-0. Coach, congratulations so far. I'll get a chance to see you tomorrow after a rare Saturday doubleheader, and all the best to you moving forward.
Sounds great. Thank you.
We'll have more of our Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio postgame show. Pella Christian head coach J.D. Moore after this.
Around for your internet provider, convenience is key. IMU Fiber's local and community-focused customer care reduces wait time for support, improves response time for service issues, brings hometown values to broadband services. IMU Fiber delivers a better broadband experience to Indianola homes and businesses. Utilizing a future-proof fiber network platform, they provide unmatched reliability so their customers will experience fewer service slowdowns and interruptions. Did I mention no contracts, no data caps, and no fine print? Just great service from people you know. IMU Fiber in Indianola.
Hey, this is Nate at Cabin Coffee, Indianola. Come enjoy our family-friendly indoor setting. Get cozy by the fireplace with your favorite drink and play a board game. Need a relaxed space to have your next meeting? Or just want to catch up with your favorite people? In a hurry? Swing through our drive-thru. Cabin Coffee, Indianola has it all for you. Come see us Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Don't forget to register to be the next Cabin Coffee fan of the game during the Indianola basketball broadcast. Cabin Coffee, Indianola.
Not all used vehicles are created equal. DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage. What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection, Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, wheel dent windshield repair, and repel shield. Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties: 1 year 12,000-mile bumper to bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
At Marion County Bank, we love the communities we serve.
In fact, it's why we do what we do. From the report card program that gives back to the school of your choice,
to all the community events, sponsorships, and donations we are proud to be a part of.
From the volunteer efforts of our staff,
to partnering in the success story of your business, farming operation, or personal financial journey. We go beyond banking. We share in the life of the community.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
Back in the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio postgame show. It's our continuing coverage of Pella Christian boys basketball with head coach J.D. Moore following a 63-60 loss to Indianola. And, Coach, quite the week for your team, and it comes here tonight. Indianola, you get a lead on them at the half. They have a big surge in the third quarter. Your guys battle back from down 12 at one point in the fourth quarter to have a chance down by 1 with about 30 seconds left. Obviously heartbroken for the loss, Coach, but I imagine you have to be pretty happy in a hostile environment with how your guys keep responding and for them to stay in this game.
Yeah, we got a competitive group of guys, and man, what a basketball game, right? I mean, just a fun back and forth game. They kind of punched first, and then we responded, built up a little lead, and of course they came back. And, man, they had an excellent third quarter, kind of took control of this game. I always kind of felt like we could stick around. If we could just stick around and make some plays on the offensive end, we could kind of claw our way back into this one. And, that's one thing about these guys is they're a competitive group. They really are. We're led by a group of leaders who have really grown up a lot here in the past month or so to put ourselves in those positions. So proud of that growth. Certainly some things that you look at, you lose by 3 points, you're going to go home, watch the film, and you're going to find it. You're going to find those 3 points that you needed. They're there. They're there on both ends of the floor. We're disappointed. We felt like for 3 quarters we probably played good enough to win. And then that third quarter, it just really kind of did us in. We didn't play very well in that third quarter, and credit Indianola, right? I mean, that's an experienced group, good basketball team, and they've been doing that kind of stuff all year long.
I could probably count the amount of threes that went in and out and a few other things in the game, but obviously both teams, as you said, very competitive.
That's the way it goes, right?
It is. And what went right for you in the second quarter didn't in the third. What was the difference that allowed Indianola, in your mind, to get that momentum going? And all of a sudden, they did the same thing to Pella on Tuesday. 11-0 run, boom, they're up and never looked back. They did something similar here, right? 10-0 run in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, Indianola did us a few favors there in the first half by missing some shots that they probably are going to look at and go, wow, we should have made those shots. But I thought we rebounded really well, right? We made them pay off there in the first half. In that third quarter, we kind of felt like zone was going to – well, actually, we came out, we played some man and really struggled. They got into their stuff, man. When they're running their stuff well, they're really hard to guard. And we went zone and didn't do well on that either. I just didn't feel like our activity level defensively was where it needed to be. It just felt like – we exerted a ton of energy in the first half, and it just felt like in the third quarter we didn't respond with that same amount of energy from our guys. And Indianola is a good enough team that if you're not dialed in, they can put some points up in a hurry. 22 points in the third quarter. It's hard to win a game when you give up that many points.
Well, and we've talked a lot, and I know you talked to Trevor last week about Tyson DeVries and obviously the incredible season he's having, another 24-point night. We could probably talk about him each and every night, just the kind of player he is and how special he is. Dane Giedings, to me, really stood out, especially in that fourth quarter. Kind of twisted his knee, and I know he's had a history of knee injuries, and that was a scary moment for him. But after that, all of a sudden, defensively, he turned it up. I think he had a steal there in that quarter, and then had a couple buckets and some free throws, some big free throws he hit that helped as part of that comeback. Again, Tyson was a big part of that huge comeback and scored 11 points in the fourth quarter, but without Dane Giedings, you're probably not back in the game.
Yeah, I thought Dane played really well. Both ends of the floor. I don't know, he ended up with like 14 points. So good offensive production from him too. He's a competitor, right? He's a guy who wants to be out there, wants to make big plays, and some of those big moments is when he's starting to play his best. And some of these big games here in the past week, he's done a nice job of really kind of stepping up both ends of the floor, being more consistent, and that's big for us. It's big to just keep finding guys. We're a young team. We're still trying to figure things out. These guys they just went through the conference for the first time, right? Besides, Aiden and Tyson, but even those guys are in much different roles than they were a year ago. It's a whole new team. Everybody's in a different type of position. So we're learning some things as we go, but it's good to see guys find ways to produce and be comfortable on a consistent basis. And Dane certainly did that tonight.
Well, and you talk about that. We're halfway through the season now. You're 7-4, 11 games played. You get 22 guaranteed, pending weather and all the above with the first game of the postseason. 4-3 in the conference, and if I would ask you preseason 7-4, 4-3, you'd probably say, hey, we're in a pretty good spot overall, and close in a lot of those losses as well, including here tonight. Your assessment of where this young team is at, a huge win at DCG. That was I think, a signature win for your team this first half of the season, getting to beat Pella for the first time under your tenure. There's a lot of, I'm sure, good things and a lot of things you'll like to work on here at the midway point of the year.
Yeah, there's no doubt. We've come a long ways. That first game against Eddyville, we didn't have the competitive spirit about us that we do now. right? Now I see a pretty consistent competitive spirit, whether it's in practice or in games. So that was a big learning curve for us to figure out how hard you have to play, how much you have to compete in order to get it done. So I'm proud of where we're at there. Now that said, and we talked about this in the locker room, we're still not playing our best basketball, and that's a really good thing. I feel actually really confident about that there's better basketball ahead for us. Okay, we're going to continue to find some things. And for a young group, that's really important. You don't want to ever be in a spot where it's early January and you're playing your best basketball, right? And you're like, oh, man, now we got it cooking. Watch out, because you don't want to be that team. You want to be that team that looks at it and goes, okay, we got to get better here. We got to get better here, and know that you will. And I feel really good about where we're at in terms of finding ways to improve and being better down the stretch.
Well, and it feels like, I would say, a good week for a reset, obviously getting away from some of the better teams in the conference coming up ahead. Not that you ever, look ahead of any teams, but certainly you got Pekin coming up on Monday, a little bit of a road trip away against a Class 1A foe that's had some good tradition. And then you've got Oskaloosa, and obviously want to get that one back at their gym. Your thoughts about this week and the transition toward that point, right? Because you're going to see Indianola and DCG and Norwalk and Pella again. That's all coming soon. But obviously it feels like 2 games where, maybe mentally you're not playing a juggernaut, right? But you still have to keep yourself mentally focused because you're at that midway point and, as you said, want to take that next step and get better.
Yeah, there's a learning curve to that too, right? Of just, getting ready to compete night in and night out. Truthfully, for some guys, it's a lot easier when you're playing Pella, DCG, Indianola. All right, yeah, let's go. Let's strap it on. Our guys will be fine. They'll be ready to go next week. Looking forward to getting down to Pekin. We've been on the road, I think. This will be our 4th out of 5 games in a row on the road for us, which it doesn't bother me. I don't think it bothers our guys. Truthfully, in the locker room tonight, I was fired up. I was ready to go right back out there. Yeah. It felt like, we're making that comeback. We're running out of time. I'm frustrated because there were some things, I talk about losing 3 points. There's some things that I needed to do better tonight in order to get us there. So it's kind of fun when you play on a Monday. You can just get right back after it. And then, we'll see what the rest of the week holds. But we'll be ready for Pekin on Monday.
Pella Christian head coach J.D. Bohr following quite the week, a win over DCG on Tuesday on the road, and then, of course, a close loss here to number 5 undefeated in 4A Indianola. Coach, appreciate your time. I'm glad I finally got to call some Eagles play-by-play. It only took me 11 games, sure. But looking forward to catching up with you many more times between now and the postseason.
Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate you.
We will have things wrapped up here. Rick Wilson and I on KNIA.
Thanks, Rick. It's volunteer season. Pella Corporation thanks those who volunteer to make our area a great place to live. It's clear that when you volunteer, you're helping others. On the job, the Pella team creates energy-efficient Pella windows and doors for homes and businesses throughout North America. And once the job is done, many Pella Corporation team members volunteer to make a difference in their communities. Let's hear a cheer for volunteers. For more information on exciting careers at Pella Windows and Doors, visit pella.com/careers.
Accidents can happen every day and to anyone, from first-time drivers to drivers who have spent their life on the road. Don't let an accident ruin your day. Smith's Collision Center in Indianola is prepared to help you whenever an accident may occur and is ready to get you back on the road in no time. If you have been in an accident and need your vehicle repaired, take it to Smith's Collision Center, located at 710 East 2nd Avenue in Indianola, and let Jeff and his crew do it right for you. Smith's Collision Center, a proud supporter of Indianola High School athletics.
Let's face it, in Iowa, when it comes to winter weather, you never know what you're going to get. Wouldn't it be nice to know that whatever's happening outside, your furnace is prepared to handle it? With quality plumbing, heating, and air conditioning by your side, you'll have the confidence to know you'll have that quality warmth inside all winter long. So when it comes to staying warm this winter, call Joe at Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, your local Rheem dealer in Indianola.
Do you pay attention to that piece of rubber on the bottom of your garage door? You should, because if that rubber strip has seen better days, you may be letting unwanted moisture, debris, or rodents into your garage. And a new rubber seal will help heated garages stay heated. So check it out, and if it looks like you need a new rubber seal, call the gurus of garage doors at DeYoung Door Service.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. It's not good enough to know what you do. You need to specialize in it. We specialize in sales, installation, and service of garage doors. We're the gurus of garage doors. DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
Why should you consider a career at Vermeer? Human Resources business partner Natalie Ozenbaugh says that having 3 shifts available fits the needs of different types of employees.
It's surprising to me how many people love it and want to be here and like being here at night, and I didn't know I was one of those people until I did it, and I love it too. And just the attitudes of people being so positive, we have a lot of that, which is really nice.
Start the search for your career at Vermeer by visiting vermeer.com/careers.
We're back and ready to hand out more scholarship money in 2023. Community First Credit Union is awarding $50,000 in scholarships to our members who are planning to attend college or vocational school this fall. If that's you, apply today by visiting cfirstcu.com for a chance to earn free money towards your education. Deadline to submit your application is February 15th. Community First Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
And for the final time tonight, Andrew Schneider, Rick Wilson, wrapping things up in our Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio postgame show. As Indianola sweeps Pella Christian, the girls' game went the way of the Indians earlier tonight by a score of 49-34, and it was Indianola hanging on tooth and nail, 63-60 against the Pella Christian team that is going to make a ton of noise second half of the season and into the postseason.
I like Coach JD. He says, I hope you guys had fun. I said,
say,
we did. We had a blast.
we enjoyed ourselves.
This is a great call here. Yeah.
This is what you'd like to do. It's been a good week of coverage here in Indianola so far, and good to be back here. It's been, about a year since I've been in this gym up until this week, and I'm back again tomorrow, Rick. So we got a whole lot coming up on tomorrow's coverage as we go in closing, presented by Light and State Bank. We first got to Rick, to go through our final stats. How about we do that presented by the Verduff Agency? If you want to give us one rundown of our a lot of stats to count here tonight. A lot of stats here. We
got a lot to go here. Pella Christian, of course, with 60 points on the night. Leading the way for them was Tyson DeVries with 25, and I had 9 for Aiden Stoltz. And Giedings, boy, what a job he did tonight. I was really impressed, and I think he's, like I said, our player of the game for Pella Christian at 15 points for him. And running down the scoring, Voss with 3. I had Fancher with 2, 5 for Breams, and Schurz with 1. They were 16 out of 19 from the free throw line, Pella Christian, and with 60 points. For Indianola, just quickly going down the scoring for them, 2 for Jackson Overton, and 7 for Glasscock. Casey Glasscock was 7, 9 for Brady Blake, 18 for Braden Dre, and leading the way for Indianola and our player of the game, Charlie Wilmot, with 26 points, and we had him with 10 rebounds. Indianola just got 6 out of 9 from the free throw, and that's the scoring and everything for Indianola. They win this one 63-60. They come out on top. They are 11-0 overall, 7-0 conference play. And tomorrow it'll be Waukee here. You've got that call. I'll be over at Simpson. We'll be doing the call over there between Simpson and Dubuque, Nathan Sage and myself.
Yeah, so the final stats, by the way, are presented by the Verduff Agency. Let Chad Lansonary examine your insurance plan and customize a plan for you. The Verduff Agency, providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for 100 years. Rick, as we go in closing, presented by Light State Bank, you told us all about it. We have more basketball tomorrow and a special Saturday. We always try to, as we can at the station, be here for the video streams. And even though Andrew Swadner's gone, it would have been easy for us to say no. I'm like, well, I've been here twice. What's 3 times? And why not see 2 of the best, especially basketball teams in Class 4A, clash in the evening? So really excited about that contest coming up tomorrow. Our pregame coverage starts at about 1:45. I'm glad for a little shorter pregame. Of course, it'll be Indianola versus Waukee, 2 o'clock. Girls start 3:30, a big one with the Indianola boys. Can they stay undefeated against Waukee? It should be quite the showdown here. That'll be on KNIA3 and the Indianola Activities YouTube channel. Pella Christian's boys are not on the air Monday. Our next broadcast with them is Friday. They're at Pekin Monday. We're going to have the girls-only game with Albia on Monday, and then we'll have Pella Christian at Oskaloosa. Next time you get to hear Coach Bohr and his boys, who are playing excellent basketball at 7-4 on the break. Rick, it's been fun to get back with you again. Last time you and I called Indianola basketball was a state tournament not too long ago, but since then we always cross paths. Good to be on with you, old sport, and I wish all the best to you. I know you're going to take a little break for your health here coming up in a week or so, and then you'll be ready for the stretch run with Andrew Swadner.
We'll be ready to go. Yeah, thank you. It's always a pleasure, and Boy, if we want to make it exciting, who would I rather have sitting beside me there? Great job, my
Andrew
friend.
Swatner,
Great job.
of course.
Yeah.
Andrew Swatner, who you'd rather have because he's Mr. Indianola, but it's been such a blast. Thank you again to Rick Wilson for coming in with us here this week. It's been a fun week as the Pella teams have come here to Indianola, and the Indianola Indians boys stay undefeated. The girls get a big win over Pella Christian to snap a 4-game losing streak. Your final score of the boys game, 63-60 over Pella Christian. You've been listening to Indianola versus Pella Christian basketball, and the one to count on for today's local sports and the home of the Indians and the Eagles, KNIA KRLS. Have a fantastic night, and Indianola fans, I'll see you right back here tomorrow in less than 24 hours. Waukee coming to town. Don't want to miss it.